down, down, left, right. Then B-A start, the screen goes white. It's the cracker, Whitey Cracker, the game genie. 8 bits with the 8-inch weenie. I don't break bricks, I'm not Mario, but I'm still old school like Atari, yo. I'm the highly freestyly, Dr. Wiley. Beat me 3 times and you win a smiley. Underground like the sewer where I kick it with rap. Yodo back, Ninja Turtles, Cowabunga, where you at? Jump on the can and the bricks where I'm landing. Gotta get the Triforce, gotta begin. And they called him the wizard in California. Power glove on my wrist, just had to warn ya. Pitter patter on the power pad, track the field. Or be like Rue's dad and get your chest peeled.
Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Yeah.
In between neighborhood laser tagging, we'd all get together for some double dragging. Helicopter kick Bobo off the roof. Have all his henchmen like what the hoof. Then we butt heads with battle toads. Double tapping right to run that foe. Sometimes I hit him with the double fist. Then pop those raps just like assist. It kinda sucks now cause my nest blinks red. I blow and blow but all my games are dead. Thank God for ROMs and Nesticle. Played at every geek rap festival. This is the Nerd Rap Entertainment System. And I hope you like the rhyme I spit. Cause the Whitey Cracker stay nerd forever. If you wanna repeat, just hit reset. Yeah.
Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press start on controller 2. Nerd rap entertainment system. Please press play on your system 2. Yeah.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony, TGD. And of course, I am joined by the one and only Hammock Man. What's going on, Hammock?
Oh, not a whole lot. Ready to dive back into the video. My fault that we missed yesterday. Had some company over, so we had to reschedule. But hopefully it didn't make too many people mad, but ready to go again tonight.
Finbar's here. He says, holy shit, you really have been doing a blow-by-blow review of the video. And you said you were just going to skim over it. We were. The original plan was just to like hit the high points. And then at some weird junction, we were just like, you know what? Let's just do the whole thing. Let's just dive in.
Yeah.
And watch the whole thing. Because I think Hammock Man hadn't seen it. That's what it was. He only seen an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we might as well just watch it then, right?
Yeah, people are digging it too. So how you doing, Finbar? Good to hear from you, man. You too, Noah.
Sweaty Jetty says, Tony, you forgot to add a 1 in front of the 6 on your title. No, it is in 16 parts. Not yet. Not yet. We're only at 6. we have approximately 21 minutes of video left, so we might finish it today.
Yeah.
As long as we don't go on too many tangents. Finbar says, I just had a quick tally of the total hours spent so far, and you're currently clicking at around 13 hours. What's up, 1 Inch Biceps? How's it going? Yeah, it's been 13 hours because not all of it has been the Amico watch, right? Some of it's been us talking, conversing about other things. I spilled my guts about running an illegal Uno gambling ring. Hammock Man's told us the best banana hammock to buy, and he said he's going to run a contest to get a signed Hammock Man banana hammock. We're just figuring out the logistics of it. We don't want to make it illegal, make it real. This is a drama-free zone, RJ. Drama-free. And I do run with gun. I run with gun. Are you going at 1.5 speed? Yes, Fidbar, we are. Sadly, even at 1.5 speed, we're I learned a lot about Uno. One inch says over under they finish it or not. We're gonna finish it because I think the last 5 or 6 minutes of the video is like him thanking people and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not Finbar. We've been 1.5 speed. It's been rough because we've been going over things that he missed, things that he glossed over, things that needed to be expanded upon. So
Slopes himself says he's been enjoying going back and watching it too. That he's learned some stuff.
yeah, he said the wife was yelling at him to hurry up to get ready to leave or something. He's like, hold on, I got to make sure if part 6 is up. He's like, damn it, part 6 is not up yet. But now it'll be up in the morning for Slopes. I bet $5 this continues. I will take that bet.
Yeah,
All
me
right.
too.
We got 12 people here. I think we're ready to go. Fuck, man. Sorry I wasn't here. I need to catch up on the last 5. Yeah, it happens. We understand. You're out there fighting aliens, popping weather balloons, making sure the Chinese don't invade.
We're holding down the fort, Finbar. You take care of yourself out there.
All right. We made it to the part where Bob showed up. And yes, that is the name of the little cherub from Messiah. Also, if you're just here lurking, drop us a like still, maybe subscribe to the channel so you can get in on the chat. You only got to be subscribed for 5 minutes. You can unsubscribe at the very end. I just appreciate if you subscribe for a little bit, maybe converse. And if you're feeling really nice, send us a super chat.
Yeah.
$810,000 back. And worse still, again, this is from the Ars Technica article. Intellivision says.
Oh, yeah. Also, I just got to clarify before we get into it, because Ninja Kitty today in the Discord was still giving me shit about what I said about the Sudesh loan. Okay. So let me clarify. Okay. Under normal circumstances, a normal company running normally would not. That loan is terrible. It's a terrible loan. 100%. No one should have gotten that loan under normal circumstances by a normal company. In television, it's not a normal company. It's not run by normal people. Okay. They had not even finished the back end. They didn't finish the video games. The software wasn't finished. The only thing was finished was the design, right? So yes, that was a good deal for them in their situation because they could take that money, use it to finish up the console development, and then try to find more money and never have to pay it back until they found the more money in order to actually produce consoles, right? Like right now, where we're sitting right now, if that was a normal loan, they would have to start paying it back or they'd go to court. Under the Sudesh terms, they don't have to start paying it back. So if they do find a $10 million, $100 million sucker that gives them money, they could pay Sudesh back, afford to make consoles, and then move forward, right? And that's the plan. Tommy was not worried about tomorrow. He was worried about today. And the problem of today was they needed money to finish the development of the console. And he solved the today problem, and the tomorrow problem is for tomorrow. That makes sense to everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
I know you get it, but Ninja's like, no, that's not what you said. And you said, I was like, no, I know what I said.
Says that its $5 million request via Start Engine is not enough to keep the company operating at its current trajectory. Intellivision plans to launch an additional investment round, also to the tune of $5 million, via a Regulation B model. Intellivision says that a combined $10 million funding total would, quote, fund the company for approximately 7 to 9 months.
And there you have it. If you wasn't convinced by this point, this document shows you the big billboard-sized writing on the wall that hopefully will have changed your mind.
And it's funny because even after the 7 to 10 months, they're still technically kicking around, right?
Hey, the couple people in the chat here, Forgotten Horse was saying hello. Hey, hey there. And then this one, highlight this last comment, D-Back.
This one? D-Back 7751 says, hi guys, look, I really hate to say something like this, but I just want you to know that I lost my son and wife in a car accident a year ago. And you guys have gotten me through this time. Thank you. Well, my condolences. My
yeah.
thoughts and prayers. That sucks. It's a terrible situation. I wouldn't want that on my worst enemy. And I'm glad that we were able to bring you some sort of joy. That's ultimately what we try to do here, to entertain people. And it's your first time commenting. Yeah, we're not going to be like those people on that one stream that's like, hey, this isn't the time to talk about that. We don't want to hear about your dead brother, like that one dude that was like shitting all over the lady in the chat. No, we're not like that.
We're a family here.
I wouldn't go that far. Family borrows people money, and I don't know if I'm borrowing any of you guys' money.
All right, we're friends. We're all friends here.
So again, thank you for commenting. My condolences. I hope things get better, and we're at least here for you to listen to and enjoy our stupidity and take your mind off stuff for a while.
Yeah.
We are not Phil's channel.
Well said, Tony.
I try. I get my moments.
Yeah.
The Amico to be a success moving forward, they need a crap ton of money, even more than the 5 million they're asking for on investment round number 4. And it's the survival of the company that is at stake here if they don't reach that goal, which, as stated, they simply don't. Between now and the closure of the campaign, we see even more hardcore supporters stepping back from the company. Tommy gets attacked even harder by the true haters, which, if true, is beyond disgusting. It is discovered via the Wayback Machine that Phil Adam, the new CEO that has taken over from Tommy, was at one point a part of the biggest scam in crowdfunding history, the Coleco Chameleon. Quick note here.
Biggest scam so far.
This doesn't mean that he was the one doing the scamming on that old project or this project. It's just proof that we didn't have before that he was linked to arguably the biggest scam in video game console history.
Okay, so now I think this needs to, this is one of those we got to pause at moments, right?
Yes, let's do it.
Thanks. No problem, D-Back. Like I said, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you. This documentary was dope. But here's something that Slopes missed, and it's probably my fault. Or I think I told him, but I don't know if it was like one of those, it's not really relevant. Okay, so he says, we finally got proof that Mike Kennedy and Phil Adam were connected through the Coleco Chameleon. But Phil Adam, as I said previously, was also connected to Mike Kennedy through the video game company that he started, that Mike Kennedy started in order to help. I don't know if they were producing or if they were publishing the Gen 2 Intellivision Kickstarter games and another game that they were working on separately. It was like a chicken laying game where like the chicken laid an egg and it went down pipes and you got to move the pipe so that it lands in different baskets at the bottom. So they were connected through that. But further still, Mike Kennedy and Phil Adam worked together on Mike Kennedy's game exchange thing where you send him a game and he gave you money and then he was able to sell that to other people. It was like what was that thing? Gamefly? Where you like they send you DVDs and stuff?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Gamefly.
Yeah, it was like that, except for you were selling it. So you would sell it to them, and then they would sell it to other people. It was like a game auction thing. So they were connected to that. Then they were connected with the other game auction thing called Game Gavel, in which Mike Kennedy and Phil Adam worked together. And Mike Kennedy and Phil Adam knew each other because guess what? Oh, they were neighbors. So the idea that Mike Kennedy was, he tricked, Phil Adam was just like this dopey Mr. Magoo who just kind of wandered into the Coleco Chameleon one day and was like, oh my God, what's going on here? It's a scam? No, these guys were in deep with each other, right? They were friends. They had several business arrangements together. If this was the first time they worked together, I'd be like, yeah, maybe Phil didn't know what was going on, right? But they were in deep with each other.
I used to actually enjoy watching because I got really into like when Pat started doing the Flea Market Madness and then the Game Chasers. I was really searching out a lot of people that were going out and looking for games like that. And I used to watch Mike Kennedy's Game Gavel, where he would go around and he would go to flea markets and look at stuff to pick up, to buy, and then it would be for sale later. I actually enjoyed watching that, but that was long before any of this crap happened.
Yeah. So, and I think we even showed that that game before, the The one I was talking about that they worked on together.
The egg.
Yeah, the egg. I think we showed that. Michael Town says, sounds like a Game & Watch game. It pretty much was. He also says, hey, I got into this late. You'll have to go back to the very start. If we must. All right. Mitty says he's catching up from the start. Well, good luck. It's like 13 hours. You have plenty of content. Quality. Top quality content, by the way. Finbar's out of here. I got to head off. Try to be in the chat Saturday. Goddamn, I miss y'all. We miss you too, Finbar.
We do. Take care of yourself out there, Finbar.
Yeah. Don't get captured by any aliens. If they try to probe you, just say no.
That we didn't have before, that he was linked to arguably the biggest scam in video game console history. A couple of days later, Rerez discovers that the company had misquoted him in a sizzle reel, used to crowdfund and bring in more investors from years prior. Here's the quote from the sizzle reel.
Anyone's going to make this a success and prove everyone wrong, it's going to be Tommy Tollerito.
And here is the original uncut quote.
If anyone's going to make this a success and prove everyone wrong, it's going to be Tommy Tollerito. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm on uneven ground here. I personally don't think it's going to be a success, but a success for us as gamers, it might find a completely different market, and that's where it will live.
I don't know if it was a misquote so much as a half quote, right? Because he didn't say it. I think it was taken out of context, and yes,
definitely out of context. He was mad about that too.
He was, but again, was he mad or was it performative? Because this was like 2 years later. Like, you looked into the console, right? You looked into it enough to make a video about it, right? And then you never looked at it again.
Yeah, I'm sure it was performative. I'm sure.
Because
he was probably slightly irritated, but then realized, hey, I need to cover my ass on this thing.
Because he probably seen it before, is what I'm saying. Like, when that sizzle reel came out, like, everybody was watching Amico stuff. He was obviously watching it because that's how he got his initial thing. And I think he had Tommy on Hot Ones or something, right?
Yeah.
So, like, Pat, Ian, and like everybody, like, oh, okay, they made a sizzle reel. Let's check it out, right? So he would have checked it out. I don't believe that any of these guys just saw the Amico stuff and then just completely like checked out. Like, okay, that's I never have to think about that again. I wonder what's happening with that thing that I thought about 3 years ago and never thought about again. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, he knows. I mean, he's in the community. I'm sure he had somewhat of a pulse on what was happening with this thing.
Yeah, even if let's say, for the sake of argument, he didn't watch anything, right? He somehow avoided all Amico content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there was at least one person in his community that watched that sizzle reel and was like, "Oh my God, Rerez, did you really say that?"
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
it's mind-boggling to think. Hell, when something happens in this small ass community, people are like, "Hey, did you see that thing?"
Yeah, that's true.
Did you see that the new video by Sweet and Tender? He says the thing and he got you and you're clipped and crab legs, and I'm like, "Oh my God, like really?" Like so to think that, like, in a community that's even bigger, and like, shh, nobody say anything to Rerez. We're not going to tell them that they clipped them out of context.
Yeah, for real. He's got plenty of kiss asses, I'm sure, that want his attention to run to him and say, "Look what they did."
Yeah. So like, because he did it, Tipster did it. I think it was like 3 or 4 people in that sizzle reel that like years later turned around like, "Why was I misquoted?"
Yeah,
I think everybody was happy to be in the sizzle reel until the shit really hit the iceberg, right? When the Titanic was floating along, everyone was like, "Hey, it's cool, we're playing in the band." And then the shit hits the iceberg, and you're like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah. Cover your ass moments, fellas.
Michael Tom says, "Did you get that thing I sent you?" Where did you send me a thing? I don't see a thing unless you sent it on my email. Let me see. Let me check my email. Now we're taking a detour so I can check my email. See what you did?
Maybe he was commenting on something what we were talking about, or did he? What's up, Foos? What's up? No call, no show. Harvey Birdman quote.
Oh, Harvey, son of a bitch! You got me. You got me. What's up? No call, no show. All right, back into the video.
couple of days after that, when drama channels pick up on the story, one of them, Tipster, discovers that he was misquoted too. Here's his quoted clip,
They have a team of amazing people behind the console.
and here is his original clip.
They are looking to attract third parties. A lot of the decisions they're making in terms of the game, probably not going to be very appealing to third-party developers. But overall, it is kind of exciting to see Intellivision enter the market. Not only that, but they have a team of amazing people behind the console.
Again, that wasn't even a misquote. He said that he literally said that thing. And yes, the other part, it was like, I think he breathed in between those two quotes, but like they are connected, but they are also not connected. Because he's like, hey, I don't agree with all this stuff, but they have an amazing team of people, right? And that's the part that they wanted to highlight. Hey, he said we had an amazing team of people. It's 100% what he said.
It was like a comp. What do they call that? Like a compliment sandwich or like an insult sandwich or something. Like smash it between two compliments.
So I wouldn't qualify that as a misquote. Again, maybe out of context quote. Maybe
it was out of context, but
they should have put more of the quote to be fair. But again, I don't think he didn't know about it, and I don't think that he minded until the shit hit the fan. Until everybody started going, man, this is a scam, and you guys were promoting it. It's like, oh, I didn't know. I shouldn't say that. Tipster just recently unblocked me again on Twitter, so he might block me.
He's got tons of people too that I know, because I used to watch him, that are always reaching out to him and telling him things. So he's got a lot of little spies around.
I don't know what it is. Does he like unblock everybody and then just start blocking people again? Because I'll be unblocked and then blocked again and then unblocked.
Maybe he's giving you a second chance. Why were you blocked in the first place?
I don't even remember the first time I got blocked. Probably because I said something or I tweeted a smash tweet, and then at one point I got blocked because he was helping me with the strike on the channel, and then that never really resolved anything. And then we got mad at each other over that, and then he blocked me because I told Saggy that me and Tipster go way back like recliners, thinking that she would get the joke. And she told him, and he's like, why are you telling people we go back? I'm like, I was making a joke on Discord, and I didn't think Saggy was going to take it seriously.
Well.
So, it happens. Either way, I think right now, currently, I am unblocked. But we'll see how that goes. None of that.
See if you can work on getting it blocked again.
Yeah. I'm sure I could. Let me just tweet at him real quick.
I know you could. Yeah, you could.
What's up, fool? Smash JT owned you.
Oh, my God.
I think the Amico knew very early on they sucked. DJC plays it. It stinks. And DJC loves it. He loves it. Michael Town says the old block, unblock, block to make the little thing pop up. Probably. I don't know. Maybe he just unblocks everybody. He's like, all right, fresh start. And he's like, nah, I remember why I blocked you. Fuck you.
Probably.
I've had that with a couple people who are like, wait a minute, I didn't mean to unblock you. Because I'm just that likable. All right.
And then finally, 21 days after it launched into its 90-day run, the Start Engine closed its doors early, not receiving any of the $58,001 raised by 54 investors, meaning it died at 1.16% towards its target.
And we need to clarify that. Okay, so Start Engine closed, but Start Engine didn't close because the Intellivision team closed it. No, Start Engine closed it because they investigated and they found out, hey, this was not a reputable business. They might have been not forthcoming with some information. So Start Engine decided that they were not going to do business with Intellivision per Start Engine. Not per Tony, not per speculation, per Start Engine.
According to Phil, the company was looking at getting investors elsewhere, of course, by having this long dead campaign just sitting there. That was never going to happen, which is probably why the fundable page got removed too from the public eye. In response to everything that's going on, game developer Gatoroos creates the comedy games Hater Smash in less than a day for fans of the system to take down.
And I got Hater Smash, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a contest among the haters to play
the
Hater
high
Smash
score
high score, and I got the high score.
I think I had it. I had it for a brief amount of time. I had it for a brief amount of time, but then it was taken from me.
They tried to disqualify me. Don't you remember that? Because I got, I think, like 99,999. I posted like the picture.
An auto clicker.
No, it wasn't. I played the game and I just was in the zone. I don't know what it was. I was just like in the zone that day. And I got an unreasonably high score, and everybody got mad. They're like, "There's no way we couldn't get that high." I was like, "Well, that's not my problem." I showed you the I took the screenshot. They're like, "Well, you should have recorded." I was like, "I didn't know. I wasn't trying to get a really high score. I just played the game and I got it. And I fucking took the screenshot."
Down all of the Amico haters. This would then be followed up by 2 other games, Hater Hater and Hater Pissed, even though these were done as quick little side projects between his bigger projects. They were again all created in less than a day, and a lot of people saw them as an example.
I didn't play this one. Did you play the Hater Shark game?
Yeah, it's good. It's he did well. I mean, it's fluid. It's really amazing that you did this in a day.
Yeah, I mean, when you know what you're doing, right, and it's not hard. They're really basic games. I think they're
very simple. Yeah, he's good. He's really good at doing this.
Although, again, this was never the original intention. The Geek Getaway discovers that several team members at Intellivision are now looking for new jobs. During a live stream discussing what is going on to his viewers, Smash JT gets booted from the Amico Facebook group live on air.
Let me refresh.
And then, as of right now,
that was like, why would they do that? Like live on air? Like they obviously knew he was watching the Facebook group.
Final ever video from the official Intellivision Amico YouTube page gets uploaded, showing John Alvarado unboxing a boxed Amico with
spelling errors. The stuff wasn't cut correctly.
Yeah, this was sad.
It had the wrong.
Things were just getting really sad at this point.
And they were. Sounds like Uno Tony at work again. No, I swear to God. Do I gotta? I'll dig up the tweet if you want me to. That it shows that I
do it. We'll zoom in on it. See if we can inspect to see if it's been photoshopped.
Let me see. I don't remember if I put the word hater smash in there in the tweet. Because I got the score and everybody was mad and they're like, "No, Tony." Here it is. I found the tweet. That's how quick it is. So here it is. Like, I'm gonna bring it up just to prove it once and for all. That I am the best gamer on this panel. I am the best gamer that you know.
Hey,
boom.
Hey, I'm not. I will admit it.
High score. What does it say? 99,999. I broke the game. That's how high.
Trying to inspect it there to see if I see any difference in the. Looks legit.
Potion says I was surprised I was included in the hater games. It is legit. I got the high score.
So I'm saying, it looks legit. I agree.
Too much hate.
I'm zoomed right in on it. The color is all the exact same. The font is the same.
DVD Fever was pissed he wasn't in the game, and Gator said it was because his avatar, so DVD changed his avatar.
Yeah.
No Call No Show says Tommy Tallarico's behavior can all be explained by him owing someone a ton of money, and they agreed to letting him build a game console to raise the money to pay the debt.
Yeah.
The old producer scam.
Exactly. Is that a train going by? I thought I heard.
Yes, it is.
I know Carl was really, because he wasn't in the first one, but he was really felt honored to be included in them. I know that was a big deal for him. I still like the one hater game. I can't remember what it's called. It was like the one guy made one before Gator Ooze did, where it was like a race, and that had like an actual cutout of me doing something. It had like cutouts of me and Darius, and then it had like, I think it had you and Ninja Kitty's avatar. You remember that one?
It was like the Amico, the shell would race. It was like shell racing.
Yeah, that was a cool one. That was neat seeing myself in the game.
See, it's verified by Hammock Itchy Left.
Who's Itchy?
I don't know. Itchy Left Hand.
Oh,
It was 100%. It was true. I got the high score. And again, everyone was just upset because they couldn't get it. It's tough being as good as I am. I mean, would I beat Castlevania in less than a day? And then I flipped it again in a couple hours later for a second run? After this, after we get done with this, I'm going to beat Castlevania 2.
do it. Castlevania 2 is one of the easier ones. It's just very cryptic. There's a part where you have to like kneel down with a certain item and it calls out a tornado to take you in another part.
All right.
Mistakes and look, credit where credit is due. I
They spelled Intellivision wrong.
Yeah.
actually really think the box looks awesome. Besides it being bashed about and having
Dented.
the wrong power supply, I think its design is rather nice. It's a bit too big considering what is actually inside this.
Don't you remember when Tommy said that his box, the box was so special, it was going to do something that no other box ever did before?
Yeah. And then it's literally nothing.
Yeah, it was just a box. I think it was the sleeve he was talking about, that they could just pull that sleeve off and put a different one on for different regions. And that was supposed to save them. Like, look, we could do 100 of these same boxes and then just do 30 sleeves of each region. See?
In his mind, it was probably like the box was going to be like a light show with music and fireworks.
I thought the box was going to flip over and it was going to be like a stage where you could put your Amico on.
Yeah.
It'll be the best box in the history of all boxes. Yeah. I remember a hater game that was a shooter, and when you shot at the enemies, it would quote Tommy. Anyway, I remember that. That was the one with Laggy McLagface.
I never got to play that one.
What's up, Adam Wilson?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
I can destroy you in CV. Thank you. Dude played Metal Slug. I played all the Metal Slugs. Last year, I beat them all. The entire Metal Slug collection.
I've never played Metal Slug.
They're hard, but when they're like arcade versions, so then it's just unlimited continue. So it's like just a matter of powering through it all.
This thing, but I've got to admit, I actually quite like the design here. And of course, this was the final ever tweets from the company too, as of right now.
We hope you enjoy this unboxing video of John Alvarado and friends revealing Amico's finished packaging and highlighting some unique features of Amico controllers and games. Thank you for your continued support. CEO of Intellivision, Phil Adam.
This is the last tweet, huh?
The last tweet from that Intellivision Entertainment account.
And here we are, the 31st of March, the day that this system is supposed to be released. It just isn't. And there's no reason or explanation as to why it's not coming out. It just doesn't come out on this day. Everyone was expecting it not to come out, but there was no update or anything. On the 8th of April, GameStop started refunding people that have put down pre-orders and even go as far as to...
So on the 31st of March, it didn't come out. So that means we're almost a year from when it didn't release the final release date.
Say that they
will no longer be releasing the product and it has been completely cancelled.
All Earthworm Jim footage is removed from the YouTube channel, supposedly at the request from Interplay after the...
This is not true. This is not true. Not all Earthworm Jim footage was removed. Most of it was removed. They actually missed one bit of footage of Earthworm Jim.
Oh. Wonder if Interplay knows that.
I don't think they do, because it's in one of the longer videos that they got on there. So it's like, oh, here's some Earthworm Jim footage. And it's the same footage, obviously.
Yeah.
Quote-unquote footage.
Earthworm Jim short gets shared. Robert Johnson leaves the company. Mike Dietz leaves the company. Supposedly Hans Ippisch also leaves the company too in a desperate attempt to get...
Also, Hans Ippisch scrubbed Intellivision from his Instagram and everything. You know, he did that Instagram post. This is the greatest day of my life. I am now holding the Amico box. It is the greatest day ever. It is real. Suck it, haters. Gone. Just gone. What happened, Hans? I told Tommy Amico, I don't know if he's in the chat, but I told Tommy, I sent him a thing earlier because I was listening to the music. I was listening to music on the way to work. And Safety Dance came on, right? And that part, everyone look at your hands. But the way they say it, they're like,
Yeah.
everyone look at your hands. I was like, oh shit, it
Look
clicked.
at your hands.
I was like, it's safe. It's safe to scam. It's safe to scam because it's safe to scam.
Everybody look at your hands.
Yeah, everyone look at it's Hans.
I forgot about this shit when they were reaching out to Elon Musk in that desperation.
Please, Elon, save us.
Here's hoping Elon had an Intellivision when he was young.
That says when it says everybody talks about how expensive little Samson is, it ain't got nothing on a legit AES copy of Metal Slug. Ooh.
Yeah,
I can just Hashtag Papa Pete. He can sit on it too.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Because you see these people, right? Papa Pete, Go Game Go. PJ Smith, I see him a lot of times. He's got that like blue.
He still comes to videos he still is defending in videos and shilling PJ Smith.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Papa Pete and Go Game Go, they make videos, but it's funny. Like they're willing to tweet, but they're not willing to make more Amigo content, right? They're like, we're gonna keep it off our channel, but we'll low key tweet it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
More money, Amico fans start the hashtag Save Amico, constantly tagging Elon Musk in the hopes that he will fund this sinking ship. This is so sad.
Slopes also missed the reason that they tagged Elon Musk. Why do you think they tagged Elon Musk? Besides being rich.
Not sure.
The reason they tagged Elon Musk is because Tommy Tellerico had tweeted to Elon Musk, hey, Elon Musk, and this is paraphrasing, I heard you had it in television as a kid. Maybe you should work about putting an Amico inside the Tesla. And I'm sure after that tweet, Tommy told his boys in the back, yeah, me and Elon are best friends now. He's going to put the Amico inside the Tesla. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, the GoFundMe was also funny as hell. Amico Day organized that, though. So that was like a troll. It wasn't even a legit thing.
Yeah, I know.
And they also tried to start GoFundMes too, to no avail, obviously.
The $20,000 goal should have really cemented it as being a troll. Like, that's not even enough to do anything.
Yeah, and it does nothing.
Michael Town says, I told Elon to put little flippy flappies on the Zoom rockets so they go all topsy fall over. It sounds like Tommy. That's a Tommy quote right there. He's exactly. They wanted a round rocket. I told them make it pointy. That way when it hits the moon, it lands. It sticks into the moon. It doesn't bounce off because if it was round, it would bounce. I don't know if you guys ever seen The Dictator. That's what he tells me.
No, I haven't, but there is a quote. There is a thing where Elon Musk did tell them to make the rocket more pointy.
Maybe he was quoting The Dictator too, and no one else got it.
Yeah, he said. I think it was from The Dictator. I think he said that because this was he said talking about making it more pointy.
The Shills forgot Musk is a businessman. If he knew in television, he remembered the company was part of a gaming crash. So Shills are just fake, saying it's 100% coming out. Yet begging others. Yeah. It was never coming out. It was never ready to come out. Tommy just lied to them. That's the thing. The thing was they had two choices, reality or Tommy's sweet lies. And they chose Tommy's sweet lies, right?
Because the alternative was too depressing to them to know that we were right.
Yeah, they were too far gone. It was like sunken cost fallacy, right? They were too far into it to give up the fight. They're like, you know what? We're going to keep hope alive because these Amico haters can't win. They can't win. But we won. We won a long time ago. This has been dead and over a long time. This is not the victory.
Anyone still thinks that this might. The fact that anyone still could potentially think this comes out is beyond delusional at this point. You're just lying to yourself.
Yeah, but they had an Amico Forever last night, so they talked about remakes and remasters.
Yeah, but are they even talking
retro in the modern
era? Are they actually talking about the Amico stuff? They're not talking about the Amico. It's still like putting Amico in the title to try to get people to come, but you're not talking about Amico, so just take it out of the damn title. But they won't. It'll be Amico. It will literally be Amico forever because they will just move on to what could have been, and it'll just be Amico forever. Like it'll never actually die.
I think they've already moved on to like other topics and
yeah, but it'll always still be Amico forever. Like in their minds, it'll be Amico forever.
DJC said Amico forever doubles as friend forever. That's why they're never going to change the name of the show.
It just reminds me of that cringe Saved by the Bell episode, the Friends Forever song.
Yeah. Well, let's do a little test. I'm going to ask you a simple question. I want to see what your answer is. I know we're taking a little tangent here, but Amico Forever was on last night. How many times do you think a panel member said the word Amico on Amico Forever last night?
Once.
Close. He said it twice. He said,
twice. Did
you guys notice I'm wearing my Amico hat and my Amico shirt? And that was the only time in the entire hour-long show that he said the word Amico. That anybody said the word Amico.
Did he ever even talk? Did DJC ever even talk about like the game, like playing the games? He's got to fucking be hating that shit at this point.
He talked once and he said, "I can't tell you. I wish I could tell you guys about this, but I can't." NDA, and that was the end of it. Never again. Yeah, Potion was there. He said twice. Here we go, fellas. Rants incoming. No rant.
I don't see how y'all can sit through that.
I don't think they do because it only has 353 views. So he basically went from his Amico Forevers were getting like 800, 900, 1,000 views to now they're like 300 views.
They're not getting that juicy Amico clicks anymore.
It just keeps going downhill.
Because they really watch. I mean,
the haters
people were hate watching it.
Yeah, no hate watching. Plus, the people that were going there for legitimate Amico news, they're not going there because they're not even talking Amico anymore.
No Amico news. There's nothing.
There's tons of news. There's a Slopes video. There's the lawsuit with the furniture.
There's no positive news. Is what they only cover the positive news. They don't cover the negative shit. There's nothing.
There's Phil Adams saying that he made 6- and 7-figure deals. They didn't even cover that.
That's true. That is true. Maybe they were told not to talk about it, or
maybe they asked Phil Adams, "Hey, we're going to cover this. Is it true that you made all this money?" And Phil's like, "No, I was bullshitting. I didn't make any money." Don't tell anybody. Oh, shh. We can't let people know we have money. No, we didn't make any.
The lawsuits will definitely be incoming.
Yeah. We gave you your Amico. Stop calling us.
Oh, man.
Let's move on.
All right.
And then Phil Adams finally gives us an update. These are the main talking points. 1, he explains that the Start Engine campaign wasn't the right thing to do. 2,
yeah, because Start Engine pulled that shit down.
Yeah.
They have cut costs by removing staff.
Yeah, everybody but Phil Adams.
Dramatically reined in their operating costs. Yeah. There's no offices. There's nothing.
3, they talk about releasing Intellivision products again, possibly similar to Intellivision Lives or a new plug and play, which they had already been doing with the Evercade on May 4th, 2021 and February 25th, 2022. They explain.
And again, I did hear from people at what the hell was it? I think it was PRG last year. PRG.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly they were working on a deal with limited run games. Take it for what you will. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is what I heard. Right.
And again,
to release the Amico games. The game they will just release the individual games, or or in television retro games.
No, the Amico games supposedly.
Oh man. On what system?
Switch, from what I hear.
Okay.
Because there are some games that are finished, like Finnegan Fox is finished, more or less. I think there's like, the last time they showed it, there was like the save where you save the game. It still had the wrong Fox name on it. It still had said Rick instead of Finnegan. But like little shit like that, they could have just fixed. There's not. It's not that hard.
Astro Smash.
Yeah, Astro Smash probably finished. And again, I'm sure they could say, you know what? Instead of having 10 levels of skiing, well, fuck it. We got 7 finished. That's it. Can it? It's done.
Yeah, exactly.
Saggy said the games are finished. That's not what she said. She said they felt finished. When we had her on the panel, Sweet Tender's always talking bullshit. When we had her on the panel, she said they felt finished. I said, Saggy, did you beat them? She goes, no. So, well, then how do you know you're finished? Well, I don't. I just assumed they were. Right?
Yeah.
Believe me, we grilled her. We had her in the hot seat, interrogated her, put the lights on her. So I'm sure Rigid Force Redux, because it was a competent developer.
The German developed games probably were done. How many? There were 4 of those.
Yeah. Saggy said the games are finished because Tommy said the games are finished. None are finished. No, like I said, I'm sure. Finnegan Fox is finished, I'm sure, because, again, competent developer. I talked to him. Rupert's a good guy. I am sure that the Rigid Force Redux is finished because, again, competent developers. They didn't really have to do that much to the game to finish it, right? It was basically the same game, but, now second player can control the little option thing.
Yeah.
I think Flying Tigers is finished. Again, that was a competent developer who was already working on a game, and I think they just switched the graphics, and now it's fucking Flying Tigers. Finnegan Fox
probably
still has the build numbers on the screen. Yeah, well, that's easy to take off. All right. Test runs of Amico. They never did that. Remember, they said they were going to do this test run?
Yeah. Got nothing.
Nothing. And it was supposed to, these units should be completed in the next few weeks.
Should be completed in the next few weeks. Well, we always speculated that because it was like they were going to do the test runs, and then we thought they were going to give them to the cult members, and we just assumed that really what they were going to do was give them the ones that were already done, the test demo units. But they were going to make it seem like that they had made some and sent them out, but they were just going to give them the ones that were already made.
No, they said they
or
were
at least
do a whole,
I speculated that.
But this production run had nothing to do with what they were the test units. This was supposed to be for like, look, we're manufacturing and we're just testing the equipment to make sure that it does what it needs to do. But again, that never happened.
Yeah, I guess I was talking about, because I had said that that's what they were going to do. They were going to try to claim that they made some test units and sent the cult members, and then they were just going to be the original demo units, trying to make it claim that they were this test run.
And I'm pretty sure that's what
happened,
DJC and them. No, I think they did anyway, because the units that they got, I'm pretty sure DJC was like, yeah, this is one of the test units. They're going to be in manufacturing. They're going to be in manufacturing pretty soon.
Which is bullshit. They just got the demo units.
As Sweet would know, but I'm pretty sure DJC said at one point there was a pallet of Amigos ready for Christmas.
No way. That's so shit for him to say that, man. All those kids that got those stupid ass Amico games for Christmas because they're hearing things like that. There's a pallet ready to go. He's just as complicit, man.
Yeah, but he'll just say, I was just playing. I was hoping. Like, remember when he did that stupid countdown? He's like, that's right. This is a countdown to when it's releasing, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Well, Yumiko says DJC said nothing. Sweet Tender says, I heard someone say DJC said something like that. I did too.
For shame.
For shame. Chrono Prime says, do you think if the Amico was handled properly that it would have had a chance to succeed at some level? Hammock, you wanna handle this first? Give your opinion.
It depends on what level. I think that it would have never ever have been like a massive success. Do I think that it maybe could have had some small success potentially? Because I had always said that these kind of games are something for people like me. Like I would have been interested in it. And I know other people have said that too. I know Slope said that. Like I think if it had been handled competently, yeah, there could have been a product release and it may have had a small amount of success, but it would have never been like a rousing success. It wouldn't be like it might be something similar to like what the Atari has accomplished. Maybe a little bit better because of if it was marketed correctly to families and retro gamers, but no, I don't think so. I don't think it would have had big success though.
Well, I disagree with you. I'm gonna have to give some pushback. Apparently, DJ Slopes loves it when I say that. I'm gonna have to push back a little. I mean, first off, we got to decide how far back are we gonna go in this scenario, right? At what point are we gonna say was the handling properly starting, right? From the beginning?
I would say literally no Tommy Tallarico involved at all.
I think Tommy could have been involved. I think, honestly, if Tommy was just the face man, within reason, right? If they're like, Tommy, you can go out there, you can talk about the Amico, but you can't make any promises. You can't tell people things are coming. You can't say that we're working on this and that. You can't lie. No lying. If you can get Tommy to go out there without lying, which probably couldn't happen, but I'm saying.
It was an impossibility. Impossible.
But I think that if it was handled competently from the beginning, and that includes what games they were going after, what market they were trying to hit, how much they were spending, what the controller design was going to be, right? Like if we went all the way back to the beginning, I've said this before, if you go all the way back to the beginning where they originally raised money, and then they said, okay, we're going to make the Amico, I think a regular controller, 3-button, 4-button controller, even wired, because I'm sure Bluetooth is more expensive. I don't know whether Bluetooth or wired would be more expensive, but whichever was the cheaper option, go with that. It's probably going to be the wired option, right? Get rid of this whole idea of NFTs and all that shit. Take that out the window. You probably could have had some physical media, be like, hey, I'm sure people could pirate this if we made them little fucking UMDs or little mini DVDs or mini CDs or whatever. But like, don't even worry about it because we're such a niche thing that I don't think people are we're going to hope that no one's going to pirate like these $5 games that we're making, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, if they went after and legitimately said, all right, I'm going to take this money, we're going to set everything aside in a certain way. We say, okay, this is $1 million set aside for game acquisition and development, right? They took that $1 million and said, okay, you see that Kickstarter? They wanted 15,000 to finish their game. They didn't make it. Go approach them, say, we'll give you 15, give us a 1.5 exclusivity on Amico, and then write a first refusal on a sequel of the game, right? And then work out we get 10% of the profits, yada, yada, yada. Boom, we paid the development, we got the game, it's exclusive. Because the only reason people would get the system is if there was exclusives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Add the same games that were on a Switch or a PlayStation or an Xbox, there's no point in getting it, right? If you're legitimately making a fourth console onto the market, it's got to have some sort of exclusive. And sorry, cornhole's not the like, oh shit, now everybody's running out to buy it, right? No, like if you have 30 exclusive fucking indies, and these are like top tier indie games, right? Like maybe you might have a market for that. And once you start it, right, then indies will be like, oh shit, those indies did really good on there, We're gonna go ahead and make a deal. It's only a year exclusive, 6 months exclusive, whatever we can work out, and we'll take our shot. And maybe you could have had a distant fourth, not like an equal You know, it wouldn't be the big four, but it'd be like the big three and that guy over there, right? Like,
it's like the George Costanza in Seinfeld episode where he literally does the exact opposite of what he normally does, and he gets the girls. Like if they had literally done everything the opposite of what they did, then maybe there could have been some success.
Rat voice. It's made for hospitals and restaurants, Tony. Yeah, they're gonna go to a bar and 30 people at the bar are just gonna start playing fucking cornhole. It's gonna be great. A bunch of drunks. Even if it had Earthworm Jim, there's no guarantee it would even be good. People were beyond hype for some dumb shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Earthworm Jim 4 probably cost way too much to get. And it even when people are like, "Oh, this is awesome, new Earthworm Jim," but I don't want to buy an Amico to play it, right? So it was never going to save the system. You needed
no.
But if you had 30 good-looking fucking indie games, right? You're like, oh shit, these are unique indies. These are, on no other platform. They're on this, and the system only costs $200. I'd take a shot on it.
Well, then why has nobody else done it? Because there should be a comp. Because I mean, they tried Amazon tried their shit. It failed.
The Stadia, but again, the Stadia had games that were on other systems, and then.
Yeah, but why isn't anybody trying this though?
Because it is a risk. It's not a guarantee because you have to get games cheap. You have to keep everything lean, right? So you'd have to get cheap games. You'd have to have cheap marketing. It would have to be a cheap console, right? I'm not saying we're going to make millions of dollars.
$150. No more than 150.
Here's the thing: Are you going to spend 6 years of your life to maybe make $200,000 at the end of it?
I just don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I think it could have had a small amount of success, like a very small amount, but it could never have.
And that's why people don't do it because it's not going to be anything big. People don't do it. It's Zack Snyder's was it Batman versus Superman, right? People say that's a flop. Do you know how much money that made?
Yeah, it made money. It's just kind of a shit movie. I didn't enjoy it. I know some people like it.
I didn't enjoy it either.
They said it was a Snyder flop cut either.
They said this was a flop of a movie, right? The budget was $300 million. It was $250 to $300 million budget, right? The box office was $873 million. So it was like a $550
that doesn't include marketing in that when the money that they spent. They don't have that. There is marketing too, so they didn't get all that, but they certainly made.
Yeah, but from what I heard,
off of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. From what I heard after the marketing and everything, it was like a $200 million profit.
That's success.
No, they considered it a flop. They said because it didn't hit expectations. They wanted it like $1 billion movie. It didn't hit $1 billion.
Well, they wanted it like an Avenger type stuff, because this is Batman v Superman. It should have been. I guess if you can consider it in the terms of that, yes, it should have been $1 billion. It flopped, but technically, is it a flop? No, because it made money. A flop is losing money, but it flopped on the fact that it wasn't as big as it was predicted to be.
Yeah, but that flop, quote unquote, was so dramatic in their eyes that they completely changed direction with Justice League. That's why Justice League was handled by Josh Whedon and everything.
Yeah, and
that's what I'm saying. So nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, we're gonna do a video game here, a video game console. How much are we gonna make? 100,000? Fuck that. Why? Why waste time?
Yeah, it's madness.
For us, that's like, oh yeah, $100,000. I want that. But for a big company to be like, I'm gonna invest how much?
To spend millions to make a couple 100,000 is not worth it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's never gonna happen. You need millions, right. And then, like I said, then if your return on investment is some like small pittance, it's like, well, I might as well just took my millions and put it in the bank, and I would have got more money that way, right?
I don't think that's the thing. Yeah, then this will never happen. Then it
won't. That's why it hasn't.
What's the point?
There's no incentive.
It would you'd have to run it perfect, and you'd have to set everything up perfectly to even have a small amount of success. And Intellivision failed miserably because it was so far from perfect.
Yeah, see, spending millions to make Chinese knockoff profits, might as well rebrand an existing Chinese brand. Exactly.
Like,
But like
that's
I said,
what Soldier Boy did.
for us, that seems like a lot of money, right? Even 200 million seems like a lot. But for them, they go, well, how long did it take for us to get that money? What were we expecting? If I would have put this money into something else, how much would I have gotten onto something else? And that's why nobody does this, right? I mean, Xbox literally had to like just keep dumping money into the fucking Xbox, right? Microsoft was just dumping money into the Xbox, and they finally started making profits.
Because they have a whole other freaking way to make money, which is why we've said, I know we've said before, Intellivision should have just started making games first and produce a company, get some revenue going, and then gauge the market and see if they could get a system. But they wanted to do the big thing first. Tommy wanted to be a big boy on the scene with his big console, and just completely blew it.
He completely blew it. He oversold. Again, part of it was he was overselling how much profit they were going to make, what the market was.
Yeah.
Him having all those, like, oh, we're going to get 50 games in development because that sounds like an impressive number to investors. Look how many games we got, guys. And each game is going to sell 100,000. You know, we got 100,000 pre-orders. We got 50 games. Each one's going to sell 100,000 fucking games because we're going to have the only console with 100% attachment rate. Fucking, we're all going to be rich. We're all going to be fucking Scrooge McDuck swimming in fucking gold coins. Come on. Don't you want to invest? They were all like, no, that's never going to happen. Like, that's insane to even think. But again, like I said, a small, if you gauge like this community, right, 10,000. So that would have been my base. 10,000 would have been like, oh, this is how many consoles we're going to make. Now we have to make it affordable to make something that's going to sell 10,000 units, right? And then we're going to assume that it's going to have a 10% attachment rate on all games, which is still probably pretty high.
Yeah.
But I think that when you have a smaller market, I think the attachment rate goes up, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a more dedicated fan base.
Like how big is Kevtris's company? Like how
Analog? Well, I don't think it's his company. From my understanding, he's the
the company he works for. Like, how big is that? I mean, they've been a success, but they're not like a massive success, you know. I mean, they're not making games; they're just making hardware. But you know, they've been able to penetrate the market and cut out a little thing. I mean, it's certainly not competing. Big.
Yeah. I don't know how big, but they're
and that's probably size. That was probably run perfect. Like, they had probably a really good people. I've never heard controversy from them.
Yeah, but it is it's not okay. So it is hardware, right? It is hardware, but it's not hardware in the idea that it's a new, like,
no, it's not. I mean, it's you're glomming off of like established stuff already.
Yeah, it's like, hey, do you like Super Nintendo? You could buy this thing that plays your Super Nintendo games, right? Like,
I'm just trying to think of something that we have that's even close to this, that's similar.
Evercade would be the closest.
Evercade, how is that doing? Like, I don't even know. Like, is that? But still, it plays like it just plays old games. Like, they're trying.
Yeah, but they're new carts, right? They're new carts of those games.
Yeah.
Where I think the pocket is old cards. Like, you put your old card in there.
Yeah. I mean, Atari did this, but.
Yeah, but Atari, again, it didn't have anything. There was nothing unique on Atari. Those games were released on everything else. There was nothing unique. It was overpriced.
True. Yeah. That's true. There's nothing like this.
D-Bag says, when you really look at how much debt they're in, there's really no way out. Exactly. Well, because they spent way too much. Like, the amount of money they spent on developing, like, the design, right? Remember, they had like 17 different pictures, and like they went through this whole company and they like designed it. And it was gonna look like a Ferrari. It's gonna like just right off the fucking page. It's got 37 lights. It's like, you don't need none of that shit. I could have designed the console square. Boom, I'm done. Make me a box that has stuff in it. And Kevtra said this. He's like, they designed the outside first without designing the boards and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's so stupid.
It's like, well, now you got to redesign the boards to fit inside the box that you've made, right? You should have made the boards first and then the box around the boards. So,
God. Cosplaying CEO.
Evercade carts aren't unique. They're based on something else. I forgot what. Are they based on something else? But they're new. They're being produced. They're not like, it's not like an old cart. It's not like you have to take your old Atari cart and slam it into an Evercade, right? It's a new Evercade cart. Even if the thing inside of it is an old Atari chip or something, right? It's still a new Evercade cart is what I'm getting at. Dude, not even Apple is dumb enough to try to make a console, and they're the most qualified. Didn't they make something? They made a console, the Pippin, didn't they? Like way back when?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think so. It's just, yeah. It's a weird thing because all these other companies, all these other companies have tried and failed through over the years to try to make a console like back then, and it's kind of like obvious that
we don't talk about the Pippin.
It's just funny to see them try this in nowadays and to see it fail, as all these old consoles were in the 80s and 90s and 70s that you don't hear about anymore.
Hunter Wish says Evercade is a console that plays collections of games from different publishers that will emulate perfectly on the system. Yeah. But I'm saying there's still new cards is what I'm getting at, right? Even if they're homebrew,
Right.
even if they're old games, just repackaged, they're still brand new cards. It's like limited run games. They don't make new games. They make existing games and then put them on CDs. And
On
then sell
new
them to you,
cards, new stuff. Or is it, yeah.
So, again, we are in a era, right, where like the PlayStation and the Xbox are pretty similar. There's how many like fucking. I'm getting screen burn again. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll switch it up a little, right? Like the only difference between an Xbox and a PlayStation are like the handful of exclusives, right? And even those are going away. Like we're slowly but surely going, well, the PlayStation exclusives are also on PC, right? Well, the Xbox exclusives are also on PC. So it's like the idea of an exclusive where it's on nothing else is Nintendo's the only one that has that at the moment.
It's really what it boils down to is which team are you on? Do you want an Xbox or do you want a PlayStation?
And the exclusives are the only thing. If there was no exclusives on the Switch, if you could play Mario on your PlayStation, or you could play Link on your Xbox, that'd be the end of it. No one would buy a Switch. Now I'd say no one. Like people would still buy a Switch, but the vast majority of people.
Nintendo is trying to keep themselves in the market by being innovative. Like each console is never the same. It's always something different and unique. And the fact that the Switch can be a lot of people like the Switch because it can be taken on the go.
This is true, but what is the main sellers on the Switch? First party. Nintendo's always had first party's always been.
It would kneecap
bread
them.
And butter.
Nintendo would always have the handheld market. They would never be able to.
Yeah, but could you imagine if you could play Super Mario Brothers at 1080p at 60 frames per second?
I would play it on this Xbox, of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
because I
have a Switch and I don't even use it. Right?
I don't either, ever. But a lot of people do that just are obsessed with those games, and I think most people play it because they can take it on the go. I don't think a lot of people sit at home and play their Switch on the TV.
But again, I think most people play it because they could take Nintendo first party games on the go. Right?
Yeah.
If we got rid of the Nintendo having the exclusives, you would just play it on the Xbox and you wouldn't even worry about playing it on the go.
I wouldn't, but a lot of people still would, I think.
No, because you got the Steam Deck and the Steam Deck didn't kill the Switch. I mean, you could get a Switch emulator, put it on your Steam Deck, right? So the on-the-go part...
Yeah, that's true. I guess there's other options then. Yeah. No, I get your point. Yeah, Nintendo would be fucked if they didn't have Mario, Zelda, Metroid, which, well, I guess Metroid isn't that... They already did that new Metroid Prime. But...
Tommy says, I only play Switch because I'm broke. Switch is the cheap person's console. He also says, I looked it up. Evercade cartridges are USB drives that are remapped to GBA cards. So there you go. But still, it's still new physical product, right? It's still product that's.
There's nothing like the Amico, basically, at all. It's a literal just
the
unicorn.
chameleon. The chameleon was the only.
Yeah,
thing.
the chameleon would have been the only, and it failed. So, but didn't even get off the starting ground.
Well, because they put it SNES Junior inside a shell
with camera parts in it.
Yeah. So, like I said, the only way for this to work, the only way for you to bring a new console to the market, right? That is a new console, not a console that's playing old games or a console that's an emulation box or a Chinese knockoff or this is actually a like the Polymega where it plays other consoles. No, like a brand new console that has it's a unique hardware. You would have to have exclusives, and those exclusives would have to be exciting enough for people to go, I'm going to take a chance on this, right?
Right.
And in the Amico situation, that would never happen because no one's going to take a chance. This is like 2023. We're not taking a chance, right? Now, if they did publish a bunch of games and those games were good, right? So if Intellivision came out with a bunch of games, like 6 or 7 games, and they were really good, we're like, man, these games are like 9 out of 10. They're really good. They're fun. Everyone's loving them, right? And then they said, and all the sequels are going to be exclusive to the Amico. Plus, we're making 30 more of those, right? 30 more games like that.
Exactly.
Awesome. Then people are like, oh, shit, I got to buy an Amico, right? Because their games are awesome.
Yep.
They have a track record. And they're getting even more, right? They're expanding their roster. Now I'm excited. But just to go, hey, we got Cornhole and Night Stalker. I don't really want that. The only reason I was interested is because I'm a YouTuber and I do this, right? If I didn't do this,
I wouldn't care.
2-hour live stream about a 4-hour documentary. I would.
It's like a drug dealer, you need to give him a free taste of the games and then get him hooked and then throw the Amico out at him. So you got to buy it if you want another hit.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, they would have to have good games, but to be able to make 6 or 7 good games, right? Like just release 7 games and all 7 of them fucking knocked it out of the park. Those odds are fucking crazy. Crazy.
I thought of one game thing that just came out that actually did do this was the what is that little handheld yellow game with the crank?
Playdate?
Yeah, that's got unique games on it.
Yeah, but they're so tiny. They're like micro games.
It is, but it's something that is at least in the market
concept
today. How is that even doing? Have you seen anything about it? Is it selling or?
They sold a whole bunch at launch and the pre-orders, and I haven't really heard nothing about it since. It's just kind of like
that's another one of those. It's like you just got to be content with making a little chunk, a little piece of the pie, and it's like, who's going to do that?
Nobody really. Like I said, so you would have to. The only way would be unique games that are appealing to a bunch of people. It would have to be really cheap. And it had to be good, right? You literally your first year you couldn't stumble. Like nothing could fall below like a 6, right? Because once you stumble, that was it. Like you're gonna get stigmatized, like for that one bad game. Like if you had one game that was shit, then they're like your whole console shit now, right? No Call says their pre-order still coming out. I think Wave 6. So yeah, so they sold maybe 50,000, something like that.
That's not bad.
Potion says, I think it's easier to get bangers out the smaller and simpler the game it is. Amico should have had the advantage. Well, it is and it isn't, right? Because what we consider a banger, right, versus what the gaming press would consider a banger. That's the issue. You would have to overcome, like when they're like, well, yeah, it's a simple game that's 10 minutes and you've seen everything, and 5 out of 10, right? Like this game probably in
Yeah.
like 1970 would have been a 10 out of 10. But we're in 2023 and we're paying $5 when I can get a $5 game that's like 40 hours worth of content. So yeah, this game's only a 5 in today's standards. And I think that's the problem, right? Developers seem to over-design, produce their games with the more processing power to give. This is true. This is true. But again, I think you have to overcome the gaming media, gaming press, right, to give your game a fair shot for what they are, right? And that's so hard. Like, look at Hogwarts. We read the article from Wired where they're like, it's a 1 out of 10 because fuck J.K. Rowling, right? Like, so could you imagine Tommy Tallarico going, guys, here are my games? They go, oh, who do you follow on Twitter? These games are fucking crap, right?
Yeah, it couldn't have been Tommy. It couldn't. It had to have been somebody.
It'd be like me. I'd be like, here's my console, and it gives you hand jobs, and they'd be like,
fuck
yeah,
Tony.
But remember that one time when you said that thing? Fuck you. You're gone. These are the worst hand jobs ever. I'm looking at the Steam store. Nothing but simple games releasing. That's the other issue you got to overcome, right? There's literally dozens and dozens, like every day. It's probably like 100 games every day between Steam, the eShop,
the Switch. Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's no reason.
Itch.io. No reason.
And that goes back to it. Like, why would you buy another console just to play I mean, they would have that. That's the only way this thing could be a success is that they just had some awesome games that were exclusive. That's the only way.
Literally.
Without that, there's nothing.
Now that's a happy ending game. Yeah. Is the gaming press praising all those FNAF spinoffs? Not anymore. Not ever since Scott Coffin donated to Republicans, they're now shitting all over FNAF. They hate FNAF now. I think he literally had to give up, like say, I'm not involved in anything, just for them to leave him alone about FNAF. Crazy it's a sad world we live in, where games and movies are not judged on the quality of them, but rather what people who made them or are related to them tangentially think about other things. I have a dream, Hammock Man, that one day entertainment can be judged on the content of their character and not the color of the skin of the person who made it. That's what I'm saying. I'd probably get canceled just for saying that joke.
Yeah. That doesn't apply anymore.
Yeah. But I've been canceled like twice already this year, so we're good. We're good. We're on track. All right, let's get to the end of this. We got 10 minutes.
Back to the video. All right.
Worked on and should be finished within the next few weeks. 5, they explain that refunds are still underway and blame the weight of.
There's no refunds. There's nothing. You got to contact PayPal. Hope PayPal is willing to work with you. No one's getting refunds.
On short staff. And 6, most excitedly, he explains that they are focusing on pre-orders and that they hope to start shipping later this year.
Spoiler alert, that didn't happen.
The same info went out to investors on Republic a couple of days later. We then discovered that the once lavish offices are now derelict.
With the Ferrari parking only. When we had man on the scene, go over there and take pictures. Remember that?
Yeah.
We were on it.
The European shop goes down. By the way, the American shop, or should I say store, is still up as of the scripting of this video. Brittany Feeman leaves the company.
Once Brittany left, that was it. She was the one handling all the pre-orders. Potion says, smells like Gina Carano in here. She was terrible. She's a terrible actress. The funniest thing about Gina Carano, and I'm saying this not to be mean, okay? Remember this? This is not Tony being mean. This is just Tony making an observation on reality, okay? But Gina Carano is a big lady. And it's funny that when it came to lefties who were like, big women look beautiful, all the righties were like, no, that's wrong. You shouldn't say that because being big is not healthy. But when Gina Carano got fired and all that shit happened with her, they're all saying, oh, she's so beautiful. Why is everybody hating on her? She's so good looking. I'm like, Gina Carano's literally the same size as those Dove models that you were bitching about like 6 months ago. Right?
Right. And you could make the same claim though too, like to the left. I mean, because the left, it's weird to see the left turn against like a woman, because because usually it's like girl power, like she's a strong, independent female. Like it doesn't matter which side you go with. Like it always depends on just whatever pushes your narrative forward is the people that we're going to support. It's a whole fucking shit show. I'm so literally sick of all of it. I don't even want to get into it because I'm just gonna get pissed.
Tony, you need to pause this video more. We can't end it on part 6.
I'm going out of town tomorrow, Justy, so you guys are gonna have to wait till next week anyway. So
yes, part 6. We're ending. Don't worry. The Amico is stunning and brave. I'm really surprised that this whole Amico train wreck is still going. Yeah, well, it's
me
not really
too,
going.
Man.
Like the train has wrecked, and we're just all kind of milling around, waiting for the accident people.
Final explosion.
No, those people that do the accident reports. Like we're just waiting for them to finish up the paperwork. That's all.
Yeah.
Part 7 is on the launch pad.
We just need fuel.
All right.
The company accidentally abandoned and then quickly renews the trademark of the Intellivision name. Phil Adam puts out another email update stating that 2 of the original exclusive games will now be going multi-platform. The official Amico subreddit gets abandoned and taken over by new mods, turning it into yet another negative place.
Actually, the Amico subreddit has been closed down since the making of this video. I think a little bit before. After they took over the mods of the R Amico subreddit, the mods quickly they just quickly shut it down. We're like, go to r/Intellivision_Amico. So there is no Amico anymore. It's not 2 Amico subreddits. It's just 1. Actually, no, I'm incorrect. There are 2 Amico subreddits now because just recently, after he was banned from r/Intellivision_Amico, DVD Fever made a new Amico subreddit so he could spam his links.
Did he?
Yes.
So
if you want to go hang out with DVD Fever, he has his own Amico.
I got along with him. I had good conversations with him in the chats. I feel bad for him.
Bomber went at Tommy. Slopes went at Amico. Pat went at Amico Colt. Yeah. D-Back says, I've enjoyed every minute. I'm glad you got some enjoyment.
Me too, man. Me too. I've enjoyed it too.
Potion says we're playing in the plume of the toxic smoke.
Hey, I'm affected. My water might be affected by that. I'm in like the very edge of where it could be affected.
I like DVD. I don't like DVD Fever.
Hopefully not.
Yes. Retro Game Professor warns us once again, y'all better tread lightly.
It's about politics or about the Amico?
About the Amico, I guess. I don't fucking know. Dude, I've literally had a former Miss America contestant threaten to sue me for exposing the fact that she lied about her Twitter activity in which she claimed that she was wrongfully removed from the Miss America contest for making tweets that were racist against Muslims, and her claiming that she didn't, and me proving that she actually did because she had 2 Twitter accounts. And then she literally threatened to sue me over it. And guess what? I didn't give a shit. I said, go ahead, do it. So, yeah, I'm not worried.
Why would you make comments like that on freaking Twitter? That's so stupid. Why would
why would you make thought they can like get away with all?
But
people do this shit because they think they can get away with it, or because it'd be like right now. Let's say Adam Wilson, right? He just starts making wild comments all over Twitter, and then like 3 years later, he's running for mayor of his city. And he's like, "Oh shit, I forgot that 3 years ago I was a raging fucking racist. Shit, I better go get rid of those tweets." Right?
Oh my god!
Not that he is. I'm not saying Adam Wilson is raging anything. I'm just saying, just using you as an example. I know. I'm sorry. Adam Wilson always gets picked on because he's got
he's got his name there because you can. Yeah.
Shit, I fucked up. I would have got away with it if it wasn't for that pesky Frog King. Yeah. Oh my god. So I'm in Slopes' Discord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Crazy John T reminded me we're gonna take a little venture. So I'm in Slopes' Discord. And I never really actually did anything. I never read anything. I joined his Discord and I just kind of forgot that I was in it, right? So today I was in there and I was like, you know what? Let me search my name in my channel and see what people, because I was like, oh, hopefully people are like, yeah,
I've done that. I've done that before too.
Right, so I'm thinking like I'm gonna get like a bunch of comments like, yeah, that Geek Getaways did a good job. And, oh my god, right? None of that was in there, by the way. There's not a single person in that whole Slopes fucking Discord was like, yeah, fucking Tony, good job for helping Slopes out. No one. But our buddy Slider, PM Ferreira, he was in there, and he was just making these wild fucking accusations about me, just like crazy shit.
That guy's a nut job, dude.
Like he was like, yeah, these guys like they all the haters like using frog avatars. Tony has this Kermit avatar, right? Because this is like an old comic. He's like, Tony has this Kermit avatar, and it's like those alt-right people that were like having Pepe avatars and stuff. He's like, they're associated. I'm like, oh my god, where did you get this fucking thing? So then some other jackass.
You weren't even doing that until people. You weren't even doing that until people said your voice sounds like Kermit.
Yeah. So then some other jackass is like, well, I wonder what Disney would say if they found out that this guy was using a Kermit avatar for his videos. Right? So then Ferreira's like, yeah, they probably wouldn't like it, but that's probably why he changed his avatar to a generic frog, because I bet you Disney sent him a cease and desist letter. And I'm like,
oh my god, dude, PM Ferreira, fuck you, man. You're a fucking douche.
And literally, the funniest part is because I literally like when everything has been documented on the channel, like literally like when I changed my avatar and why I changed it to Kermit, when I changed it away from Kermit, and why I changed it. It's like it's literally been. It's like nothing has been a secret. It's been open as to what's been going on here, right?
Get a life, man. Like, get a fucking life, dude. Like, that's just like literally, you got nothing else better to do but to just make shit up. Like, get a fucking life, loser.
Yeah. So, if anybody's wondering why I have this frog avatar, people said I sounded like Kermit, so then I adopted the Kermit avatar. And then eventually the channel started growing. I was like, hey, I want to eventually make merchandise, right? Cups, coffee cups, bags, t-shirts, whatever, right? So I was like, well, I need an avatar that I can use, because obviously I can't put Kermit on a t-shirt and sell it as Tony TGD, right? Because then Disney would sue me. So I was like, well, let me get an avatar they could. So I licensed this avatar, the Frog King here, and that has been my avatar ever since. And I think I've been having it for like a year and a half, 2 years almost.
Yeah, you've had it forever.
And Lemmy Winks. It's not Lemmy Winks. It's similar looking, but it's not. So yeah,
there's no reason why we all can't just freaking get along, man. Like, we might disagree about like a console, but that's just drawn. That's to try to like. That's like literally trying to get somebody canceled. Like, I come on, man.
No, PM Ferrara is not the same person as PJ Smith or Relic. Surprisingly, there's three of them. There's three insane people. Yeah, so.
Like, I'm sorry if any of you guys are friends with him. Like, I probably shouldn't be so mean, but
no, I don't think anyone really is.
That just makes me mad, because I know he's in Slopes Discord. I know, like, because
no, they kicked him out of there.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
He was flipping out about Slopes' video. He must have left about 40 comments. Yeah, he left this huge fucking like wall of text. Like, you think our videos? It was like the written equivalent of our videos. Going over like what he thought everything was wrong about fucking. It was insane. D-Bag says I would be that asshole that buys a Tony TGD mug. Well, you're in luck, because we do actually have mugs somewhere.
Ninja Kitty's trying to stir the pot. Look at him.
PM Ferrara is autistic like Carl, so why are we supposed to give Carl a pass but not this guy? Well, no, because they have their autism. My Ninja Kitty friend is a spectrum, so not all autism is the same. That's number one. Number two, Carl doesn't make things up, right? Carl misunderstands things. Carl gets confused by things. Carl reacts, But Carl doesn't make things up. This guy literally makes things up. And then when you call him on it, he's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Also, I'm autistic, so it's okay. I'm allowed to make fun of other autistic people. I think that's how it works, right?
Plus, I like Carl, so I give him a pass.
Wait, so you're telling me that Tony's not really a frog? What the hell? Next, you're going to tell me that Ninja Kitty's not a kitty. He was also a ninja. He's a ninja samurai. I don't know if you heard that, but that was my kid yelling in the background.
I heard it.
And Carl goes to church to repent after the things. He says, yeah, that's true. PM left a 20-point critique on the Slopes video. It was really just the same tired Amico talking points. Yeah. Let me see what else is there. He's also in Slow's Discord. What? Yeah, so since I am autistic, I'm allowed to make fun of other autistic people.
Oh, okay.
It's also, yeah, now that Noah Jetty says Tony sounded you TGD, it's like making fun of Chris Chan, right? We're allowed to. Because he does stupid things. You're allowed to make fun of people who do stupid things. Does PM Ferreira have any relation to TJ Ferreira? I don't think he does. So. Low Carl with a K. What?
Carl.
All right. Carl should come back. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. And again,
Carl and I are going to do a stream next Wednesday. So if you guys want to get some Carl action.
Yeah. I was this close to being on a stream with Carl the other day, and then it didn't happen.
I heard about that. That caused quite the ruckus.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to Carl. I was like, yeah, I seen Carl was on there. I was like, I'll get on there and talk with Carl. But then he got bounced, and I was disappointed.
Well, come talk to us next Wednesday.
Am I going to be on the panel? Because if I'm not on the panel.
No, yeah, come on. Carl told me I could invite whoever I wanted to come on there. He said he'll be cool.
Tony made Evil kick Carl. No, I didn't.
That's the narrative.
Yeah, that's the narrative. Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Play.
It's the company, and then it's announced that a few of the most hardcore Amico fans, those being Seth and Michael Mullis on the original Next Level Gaming YouTube channel, are getting test units so that they can do free testing for the company. But they are not allowed to show off the systems at all. And DJ C also confirms that he's getting one too.
I want to let you know officially now that DJC Game Studios is receiving an Amico, and that will be it's not like coming tomorrow like Mike's or whatever that is, but it will be into the next phase of these, and I will be doing some testing, eventually some showing.
Smash JT,
and then he never shows anything ever.
Yeah,
isn't very happy about this
because they made him sign a thing,
the NDA,
and brought this to my attention and wanted my reaction to it. Weird choice of YouTubers is the nice way to put it, but to be completely honest with you guys, I am pretty pissed about this. And as an investor in the Intellivision Amico, they haven't told me anything about any of this.
I don't want to say the phrase, but I'm going to say the phrase. I'm going to offer a little pushback here. Was it a weird choice? I guess, sort of, right? But we knew they're the only positive Amico content creators, right? So
who else is there?
Of course they were going to get to, even if they gave test units to 100 other people, they were always going to get test units or demo units or whatever the hell you want to call them, right? We all knew that from the beginning.
Yeah.
2, Smash, you did not invest in the Amico. You invested in Republic, which gave you shares in the Amico profit sharing. You have no say in the company. You have no sway. You can't go to an investor meeting. You can't pick up the phone and be like, hey, I invested $10,000 in the Amico. What's going on? Like, literally nothing you invested in is actually the Amico, right? Should have read the fine print. is what I'm saying. Would it be nice if they did let you guys know that, hey, they're sending us a touch? Yeah, that would have been nice, but it's not really like a thing to get, I'm pissed about. You should have just been happy, right? Hey, touch units are going out. You're pissed because you didn't get content for your channel. That's what you were pissed about.
Mm-hmm.
You're pissed because you didn't get to have, hey, look, guys, I got an Amico and I'm showing it off and I'm testing it and doing all this stuff. That was the issue. So, offer a little pushback. That's what she said. Yeah. Poor Smash. Nah. Smash should make all of his videos blurred.
He looks like he's got a fetus on his face.
It does. It's a little Amico being born.
Yeah.
I can't read that. He did get the unit. Something.
They're little race cars. He got the unit in the Ferrari.
Smash was just a Reddit cheap investor, pretty much. He should have held out for his test unit, then flip flop. Well, that's why I told Retrobro. Retrobro claims he was going to get one, but then he's like, I didn't want it because it wouldn't have been right. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, nah, you should have got it. If you were going to flip, if that was the plan, you should have let us know. You should be like, hey, Tony, I'm going to flip. And I'm going to pretend.
So and then we'll have your back when you come out and say it. Like, yeah, he planned this months ago.
Yeah. That's what I would have did. That would have been the smart play if you were going to do that, but he didn't. Smash jealous? Nah, I don't believe. Yeah. Not jealous. I wouldn't say jealous. Like I said, he was pissed because he didn't get the views and the hype around it. He wasn't jealous. Like, he was like, oh, I wish I was fucking DJC's position, right? That's jealous. He was just like, if DJC got one and he got one, he wouldn't have cared because he got one to show off and to fucking make views, right? The fact that he didn't get one at all is what pissed him off because other people were getting to make videos and stuff. And then they didn't even make videos, so they probably would have made him do the same bullshit.
John Stabler leaves the company, and we discovered that Smash JT, back when he had a Patreon, was supported by Intellivision at $5 a month, and then that amount was taken away when he then turned his back on.
See, this, I was going over this the other day, or actually it was today, because Retro Bro was in the Amico Discord, right? And he said something, and I'm going to pull it up, but this right here, why are you telling us now, right? So this was a month ago that he said this, but obviously Smash has flipped longer than a month ago, right?
Yeah.
Why when we had Smash here on this show, why didn't Smash say, hey, by the way, guys, did you know that Intellivision was part of my Patreon? That they were giving me money through Patreon? Why didn't you mention that then?
I don't think it's that big. I mean, I think that's not really a big deal. Like, it doesn't surprise me that Intellivision would do that. That's like no news.
Well,
of course they're going to pull out.
Well, not pulling out. I think it's a big deal that they were giving him money directly from Intellivision.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because it was a YouTuber that they were directly giving money and that was giving
right.
positive.
All right. Yeah, I missed that. Okay.
So why didn't he say that before? Why didn't he say that when people were like, hey, are you getting paid? And he was like, I'm not getting paid by Intellivision. Remember that narrative? Television not giving me any money.
Then he should never have said anything because this just paints him in a bad light.
Yeah, but apparently you forgot, huh? You must have forgotten back then that Intellivision was part of your Patreon. You must have slipped the old mind, Smash. But as soon as you can get some clout on it, as soon as you thought, oh, I'll just throw them under the bus. And hey, guys, by the way, now that you're showing Tommy and them, giving money to Cyrus and Retro Bro through Super Chats. By the way, did you know that Intellivision was part of my Patreon? Give me attention. Look at me. Oh, fuck. I fucked myself. No, police officer. Why are you arresting me? That's not what was supposed to happen. He's literally admitting that he was taking money from a company that he was positively promoting. Reviews. And then when they stopped positively promoting, they took the money away. I wonder why. I wonder if there was some sort of, I don't know, understanding between the two parties.
Yeah. Shill.
As long as you give us positive, we're going to keep giving you money.
He sold his soul for $5 a month.
Not even the top tier, huh? Just the $5 tier. All right, let me scroll through real quick and see, because Retro Bro said something similar, and I was like, wait a minute. No, not the White Claw conversation. We were talking about White Claws too. Because there is no law when you're drinking the claw. Did you know that?
What'd you say?
There is no law when you're drinking the claws.
Hmm.
Okay, here's the comment. So this is a comment that Retro Bro made today. Today. He's been on the show before. He's talked about the Amico before. He's never mentioned this ever, because you know I would remember, because I have that good of a memory. I would remember something like this. He says, I bet the units that Mike and DJC have is just the same overpowered hardware easily obtained like what they used for the demo units. This is not speculation. This is not him. I think these units were overpowered, these demo units. Now he's basically saying, I know for a fact that these were overpowered demo units. Then he says, and this is the kicker here, I remember Tommy telling me they had to hire someone to fix Cornhole because when 4 bags got on the board, the hardware couldn't handle the computations of all the X factors of how another bag could change the game. Or some weird shit like that. Never once in all of the time that we discussed Amico and Cornhole specifically, did you ever say that, hey, by the way, Tommy told me the game sucks and it couldn't work and they had to try to find some outside consultant to fix the problems with the game? Never. It's never been mentioned before. Why? Why would you never have mentioned that before? So either something you're making up now, or when you were a shill and when you stopped shilling and you decided to flip, you just suddenly you forgot it, right? It was like this very pertinent piece of information that probably would have been like, hey, maybe this could have saved somebody. And I even said, hey, you know what? If you would have remembered that earlier, you probably could have saved somebody from investing into the Amico. It's a good thing you didn't remember it till now, huh, John?
He's probably holding on to like little nuggets to slowly drip them out over the course of the time to have more things to talk about.
Crazy John T says, my Cornhole can't handle 4 bags. Tommy probably.
Nice. I knew there was a joke in there somewhere when you're talking about bags. He made it.
Yeah, someone did get Amico pulled from Argos. That's one of the last big places to pre-order. It's about time. Chad take a shot every time Tony pauses. Hell no.
Oh,
you
Lord.
Want to kill these guys? So either way, right? Like Smash revealing this a month ago, John revealing today that, oh, by the way, yeah, Tommy told me that Cornhole doesn't work because once you get 4 bags, it fucking goes haywire. That sounds like something that's a little bit important. That's a little information that might have been relevant to the discussion that we're having. When John was saying how all the games were finished and how great it was, and when he was still on Team Amico telling us how fucking everything's hunky-dory, you basically like admitted today that, oh yeah, by the way, guys, I've been lying. I was lying and bullshitting 100%. This wasn't I was suckered by Tommy anymore, right? Now the narrative is fucking been destroyed. Your narrative of Tommy tricked me with fucking Italian voodoo, it doesn't work anymore when you go, Tommy literally told me the game fucking sucked and I didn't say anything to anybody. I was still Team Amico knowing that the game couldn't handle fucking more than 4 bags at a time. Fucking, I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's Italian voodoo. You didn't see the post where Retro Bro was holding up the Tallarico sauce?
You talking about the meat? No. What post? Where?
He made a Twitter where he was in the supermarket with Tallarico sauce. He's like, look, I got the Tallarico sauce.
I don't think I follow Retro Bro.
I didn't. I don't either.
That
but someone posted it in Discord because they're making fun of him.
Oh, I don't go to the Discord very often, so I'm out of the loop.
I see my doctor when my cornhole doesn't work. I just had a cornhole.
Me too.
Oscary.
I know. I got this. Oh man, they suck. I got to get another. I got one when I was 40, and I'm turning 45 this year. I got to get another one. The colonoscopy itself is not bad because you go under. The worst part is the fucking prep the night before. You literally have to get to the point where you're shitting water by drinking so much, whatever. What the fuck stuff that makes you shit? Why can't I think of it? Laxatives. It's awful.
Nasty.
Yeah. Completely clean out your system.
I would never. No.
You
no,
have
no
to, man.
no, I don't.
You have to, dude. You're gonna get freaking. You could potentially get colon cancer, dude. My mom died from that. It's serious.
It is serious, but I'm never getting a doctor to put his finger in my butthole.
You have to, man.
No, I don't.
Have to.
No, I don't. You say that.
You should.
Ask me when's the last time I went to a doctor.
Tony, I don't even want to know, man. That's
like 20 years ago.
Mad. That's dumb. Come on, dude.
I'm Mexican. We drink Sprite. Cured. Just burp it up. No problem.
Tony.
No, I'm lying. I've been to the doctor, but not for a physical. I've been like when I crushed my hand, I had to go to the doctor. Obviously, when I crushed my leg, for injuries, I've been to the doctor. But I haven't actually been to the doctor for like.
You should consider it, man. It's bad. It's a bad way to go.
And because I want y'all to see I'm not lying. That was Retro Bro, official Tommy Tellerico next level #shill, holding up the Tellerico sauce.
Where does he have to, they have to still freaking wear masks out in?
No, this was old. It was like 2 years ago when he did that.
Justy Views, Tony, are you saying he got the unit as well?
No, but I'm saying that, the whole idea of him being a gullible lughead has probably been shot. That narrative is over. The idea was he saw something and he thought that he could profit and expand his channel off of it. He ran with it as best he could. He actively ran interference for Intellivision.
Yeah.
Tony goes to the vet. He's a frog. Tony just get finger blasted. It's medical, so it's okay. Hell no. I don't. They don't
finger blast you. They sit a scope in you. He's not sitting there
they scope blast you
into your butt.
Just one. He's got to check your prostate. Puts on that glove. He's like right up there. Not for me. Not gonna happen. Wouldn't be prudent.
All right.
I just, I'm healthy. I don't have to worry about it.
All right.
Potion says my butthole was a waterfall. Anyways,
yeah,
it was
man.
healthy. I'm glad you're healthy.
Dude.
I'm also healthy.
It's rough.
I bet. Was it rough when he put both hands on your shoulders and said, I'm going to check your prostate?
No, because that didn't
You're going to
happen.
feel a little pressure. He's like, don't worry. You're going to feel a little pressure. Relax your anus. Try to relax your anus.
Relax your anus.
The company. This led to several Redditors from the Intellivision_Amico subreddit to discover that plenty of Amico supporters were being supported monthly.
They didn't discuss. This is another thing that I swear to God. I love our community, but our community has such a goldfish memory. Like all of this was discussed. And then like a year later, they're like, oh my God, did you know this? Like, yes, we all knew this. Like we talked about this years ago. Like this is like not news. Like I know you just got into the community and you just signed up for the Intellivision Reddit, right? You're brand new and you're starry-eyed. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And we're all like, dude, this is old news, right? Like,
by Tommy and John Alvarado. And then the H-Bomber Guy video drops. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. Probably.
See, that was 2022. There's a few events in there that he missed. Right at
What
the
would
tail
you
end.
add? What would you add to it off the top of your head if you could think of any?
Let me get back to you on that. Let's circle
Yeah,
back.
that's what
to
I
that.
figured. We'll circle back. Circle back.
There was
Saki.
something that I wanted to that happened right at the beginning of the year. What the hell was it? Oh, the furniture lawsuit is not included.
Oh
in this.
yeah, there we go. Yeah. Or the picture of the. Did he get a picture of the closed down office? Did he show that?
No, he didn't show the
missed
picture,
it.
but I'm saying as far as 2022 and 2023, he didn't get the furniture lawsuit. Tommy going back to Chile with Video Games Live.
Yeah, that could have been something to talk about.
Video Games Live being trolled on Twitter. There was a couple other like little things that happened. Some people flipping the fallout from the H Bomber Guy video, all those lies that were brought up and rehashed.
Yeah.
One of the reasons it's taken me so long to make this video is that I like to wait until a project is done and dusted before I make my videos. But this just never seems to end. As you saw, this last year went past so quickly on our timeline, and it was virtually negative in every single step along the way. The latest since I've scripted this video is that Phil Adam is constantly saying that he's going to be giving updates to the 1 or 2 supporters that are still waiting, and obviously those dates are, of course, getting missed. One of the more interesting things to have happened to Tommy Tallarico since then is that now he is getting sued by a furniture company that he hired to deck out the lavish offices with furnishings fit for a king.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
That the financial officer didn't want to go ahead with such a lavish and therefore expensive getup, and that's why it's in Tommy's name. It's the saga that never ends. One thing we do know is that this has been one hell of a ride. Easily the messiest kick scammer episode I've ever covered, and one that I'm quite frankly happy to see the back of. Will we ever see the Amico? I mean, technically, we already have. People have been playing this thing, whatever this thing is, at events for years, and 3 people as of the scripting of this video have one. Again, whatever.
Well, actually 2 people have one. DJC has 2. And Mike Mullis has 1.
Yeah.
I wouldn't count Seth, even though he's Mike Mullis' son, as someone having an Amico. He doesn't have like a separate Amico, and he doesn't have like. I'm sure he's a child, so I'm sure he doesn't have like he didn't sign an NDA. Like they're like, Seth, you got to sign this, right?
If anything is good that's come out of this story, at least Mike Mullis' son is getting a chance to play it. If one kid is getting a chance to play it. That's the only positive thing.
He left out Evil streams. Yeah, forgot Evil. So Joshua Perez says the Digital Eclipses interview, Retro Bro interview with RTU, empty offices, VGL employees exposing Tommy. All this were left out. Yeah, so there you go. There's all that.
Here we go.
One kid. There was a bunch at the events. So yeah. The Turbo Joe videos, yeah. All mentions of 1-inch biceps. That was shots by 2.
I know.
Because we paused the video again.
Shots too.
He did shots 1 and he's like shots 2. Every time we pause it, they gotta take a shot.
Shot.
We got to get Seth on the show to put him in the hot seat. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Mike Mullis is going to let us talk to Seth at all, ever. Not going to happen.
No,
and we would be nice to him.
He was mad at me. He was mad at me for ever even mentioning.
Yeah.
We're
probably going to get shit just for mentioning it the couple of times that we did. Just saying that he existed.
I just said I'm happy. I'm glad. As much beef as I've had with Mullis, even though it's been mostly one-sided from me, I am happy that his son has got a chance to play this. That's the only positive thing that comes out of it, because he seems like a good kid, and I'm glad, because if he was happy about it, at least he got a chance to play it. No one else's kids, but at least one kid did.
One is. But if you want my prediction based on everything that we've covered here today, unless Elon Musk is interested, it's unlikely. The list of Intellivision claims and promises, teases, and wouldn't that be some things are so extreme, and it's likely that there are so many more that I haven't documented. Heck, looking at other big lists of games mentioned by Tommy by other Reddit users, I found even more games that I must have missed along the way. Like Bad Dudes, Burning Rubber, Caveman Ninja, Flying Circus, Frogger, Shuffleboard, Sub Hunt, Tetris, He-Man, Indiana Jones, an NBA game, a PGA game, an NHL game, Risk, Shinobi, a super cool music game, new ET game, getting Elliot involved in the promo too, Uno, and of course, a Willy Wonka game.
Slopes has assured me that we will not get copy struck, that he has permission to use it, and he's extending that permission over to us.
And you know what's crazy? Tommy Tallarico idolizes Willy Wonka from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's as if this song was made talking about the Intellivision Amico.
It's a ColecoVision printer.
Hey, you just noticed that?
Yeah, I didn't know.
We've been watching this video for 6 days, and you just noticed.
Well, it's like cut off on the ends for me, kind of.
It should be noted that Tommy Tallarico claims in an Atari Age thread, that he invented a Willy Wonka game when he was a child, and that he was going to take that childhood Willy Wonka game that he created, through drawings and writings, and he was going to make it into a reality.
Pure imagination.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll
Shots on fire. Potion's going to be ripped.
Yeah. Slopes did not sing this, no. Tommy says a lot of things. Look at all those games, Jesus.
Every one of you, paradise. Simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. You want to change the world. There's nothing to it.
Well, he changed the world, all right.
Yeah.
This entire thing is pure insanity. It's so very obvious that Tommy quite literally said yes.
Michael Town says Tommy's game was Willy Wonka Bones Ariel.
Every single time someone brought anything up. And you know what's even crazier? About the 176 games that I discovered, and I guarantee you more exist, the ones that actually would have sold the system were the ones that were put on the back burner. Whilst the Intellivision dropped stupid amounts onto the one thing they promised they wouldn't focus on, the ports. Here he is talking about the 5-year-old mobile game Evil Knievel directly with an investor, telling them that they have put down an extra $100,000 into the project. What? Really? An extra 100,000 for a game that you ripped YouTube videos for, and then in your press release definitely didn't show that you also ripped screenshots from video? Look, it's not out of the realm of possibility, and this may surprise you guys, that someone may come along and save this thing. But the chances of that happening are so slim. Heck, if even half of what Tommy has said about investments and grants are true, he's managed to do pretty well so far. But by doing so, that investor would literally need to throw away all of that initial investment, and that is just to get enough units out the door to please the backers. Or to be more precise, those backers that are left and have been unlucky enough to get a refund from a company that offered a guaranteed refund for the $100 deposit. And then, once all the debt is paid off and the backers are all disappointed that they have a system that's been in the works for nearly half a decade, that investor would then need to double their original investment.
Well, actually, Slopes might have missed the fine print on Republic. It literally said, and we read this when we went over it. It literally said, and take another shot, by the way. It literally said that they did not have to make an Amico. In the documents, they basically admitted that they might not even go ahead and make Amigo. That was part of the risk that they were taking. That the Amico might never come out. So technically, if they came out with, say, the Intellivision Prism, would they have to give any money to any of those investors? Would Sudesh get any money? Because not selling any Amicos. I think Hammock Man went to go take a piss. Sounded like he was in the bathroom. So who knows? Maybe something will come out, and it just won't be an Amico. We all made friends along the way. We just didn't lend them any money to each other. Exactly. You only lend money to family. Willy Wonka was successful, though. Did Slugworth destroy the Amico? I'm Slugworth in this equation, I guess. Tony with the prism again. Tony trying to will it to happen. No, I'm not will. I'm just saying. That was just the first example that came to mind.
just to get it on store shelves. You know, the shelves that will by then have current gen systems going for half the price of a 2016 budget mobile phone powered system. In other words, you would need a stupidly big fan to win a stupidly large amount of money and then stupidly throw it all away. And as someone that still has $100 down on this bad boy, and I got to admit, I still find the system incredibly alluring. You guys, let me know if you know anyone that wants to invest, yeah? Guys?
Good job, Slopes.
When does he
Very,
get it?
very well done.
Why not?
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day. Oh, so
Good
I was.
day, sir.
I just got a message. One of our fans, he messaged me over on the Discord. On Discord, not the Discord. On Discord. He says, talking about what we missed in 2022. How about the other 2 abandoned trademarks, the 3 LLCs being suspended, hiring CSC for crisis management, and the move to Delaware for protection? We forgot about all that.
Nice. Good recall, dude.
It's about the friends we made along the way. Retro bro. Herbie Derby. Imagine how different the world would be if they set out to make an Atari 50 style collection instead of a console. Yeah, but that wouldn't get any fame or fortune. So we made it. There's 4 minutes left.
I can't believe we did it.
Have it, guys.
It's all just Slopes thanking people at the end here.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch it, though.
Amico scandal,
Yeah, sure.
a video that's taken me 4 or 5 months to make. So if you would like to support the show
That
and get
Slopes
access
is-
to this website, supporters.slopesgameroom.com, you
Yeah.
can do so by becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member at any level. Supporters of the show will be able to get access to the making of parts of this video, early versions of this video, and every single other video that's on my channel without adverts. There's exclusive content in this area, unedited interviews, access to my script area, including all of my research for this.
Oh, yeah. So he did. I don't know if I mentioned, but he did send me the links to the unedited Tommy video. So, yes. So I don't know if I made it clear. I think I made it clear before we left that day, but yeah. So it wasn't live for everybody. It was live for some Patreons, and then it got uploaded to YouTube as far as a premiere. That's why there was a chat there.
This video, and let me tell you.
So thank God somebody from his Patreons was smart enough to ask about the damn encryption. Thank God.
Yes. Good job, whoever that was.
You guys, there's a whole lot that didn't make it into the video. Plus, on top of that, you get all of the usual perks like seeing what I'm working on before the videos come out. However you decide to support the show, I will be so thankful. Just dropping a like, leaving a comment, sharing it with someone you know, however you decide to do it. I just want to say a massive thank you. Oh, and by the way, pretty much all of the t-shirts I wore in this video were from the company Vapor95. If you go to their website and then use code SlopesGameRoom15, you'll get 15% off, and I will get a little kickback too. But anyway, like I said, guys, however you decide to support the show, I just want to say a massive thank you. And finally, before we do the Patreon and YouTube roll call, let's give a massive shout out to all of the voices that featured.
That's Joey. These are all the voices, so we'll slow it down because so we can get that is right there. Joey Freeze, the voice of Tommy Tellerico on CU Podcast, and of course the voice here. We all know who this is. Rich Review Tech USA.
In this video, Joey Freeze, Review Tech USA, Rose Tinted.
Rose Tinted. I don't know who that is.
Spectrum, Patman QC.
Patman QC. Don't know who that is. Don't know who this is.
Mr. Thunder.
We know who that is on the right.
Mr. Thunderwings. This is Stitka. This is Julie Ehrman. Julie Ehrman apparently voiced. Could you? This is gonna be like the weirdest thing. Like good bravo, Tommy Uyemika, right? He could have, and he probably should have used a different picture or just like Tommy O, like just a plain box with the word Tommy.
Yeah.
O. But he went and said, "Fuck it, I'm going to use Tommy's advertise." You know, his.
You might not know who that is. You might not know who it is. I don't know who the hell she is.
Julie, you don't know who Julie Ehrman is?
No.
Oh my God, Julie Ehrman was the lady. She's the Tommy Tellerico of the Ouya. That's where he gets the name Tommy Uyemiko. She's the Ouya lady.
Oh, I think he's told me that before. I don't know anything about the Ouya. I wasn't following it.
Hey, thanks, Julie Ehrman. He knows. See, he knows. But if someone's just watching this, like not paying attention, like Julie Ehrman helps? What the fuck?
Stika, Tommy Uyamiko, Mikel Casanova, Gatoroo.
Gatoroo's with his ampersand. It's a pretty decent game. Check it out. Some frog and some Ninja Kitty.
Just the Geek Getaway, Ninja Kitty, Vitas Varnis.
Vitas, I don't know who this is. English YouTuber.
Kim Justice.
Everyone talks about Kim Justice. Never watched a Kim Justice video.
Did you know gaming?
Yeah, I've
Did
heard
you know
of it.
gaming? I watch it all the time.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Hey, it's the Retro Bro.
Retro Bro, Larry Bundy
Retro
Jr.
Bro.
Larry Bundy
Larry.
Jr., friend of the channel. Good friend. Dear friend.
Nostalgia Nerd.
Nostalgia Nerd.
You go way back.
No, I actually don't go
Recliners.
pretty far back with Larry. He was investigating some things, and I put my neck out for him because a certain group of gamers were upset with Larry. They thought Larry was going SJW, and I'd be like, no, Larry's one of us. He's one of us. Don't worry.
One of us.
Kim Justice talks about British microcomputers.
Former friend of the channel, Gen X gamer.
Why former? When did he stop being a friend of the channel? I made you, Julie Erman and Tommy Tiller. I would laugh so hard if Julie Erman tried to take credit. She's like, look, guys, I'm in a video. If Tommy's wife was Julie Erman and he's been fucking with us this whole time.
Was she a nut job like Tommy Tallarico too?
No, that's why. She was just a business lady. She's like, hey, look, we got this thing and it's fucking good.
She was normal.
She's normal. I don't need to hug it. There's nothing. I have nothing against Gen X Gamer. Does he have something against me? I don't know. But I got nothing against him. Lol, I am. You're not. I've heard your voice, so we know she was stupid.
Yeah.
She was a little slow. You should watch the video with Ashens, Kim, Larry, and Co staying at a shitty hotel. Right now, we're like later. Because right now, we're busy. But maybe later. But not right now.
Gen X Gamer, Saggy Melon.
Saggy Melon's friend of the channel.
Game Boy Games.
Game Boy Games, never heard of that.
The Gebs 24.
I've heard of the Gebs 24. Never watched it.
Ang, Smash J.
Justin Wang, friend of the channel. We've had some video submitted from it.
Stop.
Smash JT, former friend of the channel. You could say former friend with Smash.
Drop Retro and
Stop Dropping Retro. He did an Amico video. Remember, he did that really good one. Like towards the beginning of it.
Dude,
I never
Stop
saw
Skeletons
it.
from Fighting. Liam
Don't know these two guys.
Robertson and Genovi.
That's the happy video game nerd.
That's not what he said.
And dude,
Or he's got a
Skeletons from
different name
Fighting,
now.
Liam Robertson and
Yeah, he used to be the
Skeletons from
happy
Fighting.
video game. I know, but he used to be the happy video game nerd, I think was his name.
I feel left out. I've got like 10 followers and never interviewed Tommy. You missed
I
that
never
train.
interviewed him either. The gravy.
I just
train.
love seeing men embrace each other. I'm a wrestling fan. Yeah, Tommy O says he's called Stop Skeletons now.
Yeah.
and Genovi.
And Genovi, friend of the channel.
Genovi, friend of the channel.
Final take from all of this is to break down the barriers between the haters and the cultists. Why are we fighting each other where we now hopefully collectively realize where the real problem lies?
Tommy.
Evil come. I don't know if you watched the yes, I stopped the video again. I stopped the video a lot of times during that. I don't know if you watched the last CU podcast. Have you watched it?
I have not watched it yet.
It is the last official weekly CU podcast. And they talk about the Amico. They talk about the lawsuit of, Tommy's lawsuit and his defense and everything. And then Pat says something that I'm rubbing my eyes because I'm very, like, my brain wants to explode out of its skull. So Pat's like, you guys, we need somebody to pick up the mantle of, calling out these companies. Like we called out Retro VCS and we called out the Retro Engine Sigma and we called out the Coleco Chameleon and we called out the Amico. You guys can't be afraid to get sued. You guys got to be out there, and you got to be willing to go out there and call these out. We need somebody to pick up that mantle. And I'm like, asshole, have we not been doing this shit for the last 3 years? You're going to act like there's not a single person out there that's been calling out anybody when this channel exists, Tommy Amico exists, Evil exists, fucking so many, Gen X Gamer, all these people calling out others, and we're tiny channels. He was like, oh, you gotta be not afraid, even if you're a smaller channel. Like, dude, he was probably talking to the bigger YouTubers. Bigger YouTubers are calling people out. Rich calls people out all the time. Pat was making it sound like he was like this fucking lighthouse in the middle of a sea of fucking shit, right? Like, I'm the only one that's been this shining beacon of honesty to call people on. All you guys have been complacent, and now that I'm gone, ships are gonna crash into shore because there's no fucking lighthouse out there directing traffic. Like, no, fucker. People have been calling shit out before you, after you, during you, right?
To push back a little.
Just push back a little.
My turn. Let me give you a little pushback. Now, yes, I kind of get what he's saying, though. Yes, we all call it out. However, and I know, Tony, you dig. But Pat certainly has led the charge on a lot of these. He's been the first to point out. He was the first I heard, giving any kind of criticism on the Amico. Like I said, I don't know what you guys were doing at the time, but as far as what I saw,
well, I started off writing because I was, I wasn't a YouTuber at the beginning of this,
right?
I was still a writer.
Well, so he gets some credit for that, and he was the first to start talking about the chameleon that I ever heard. That's the only place I ever heard it first talked about. But I get what you're saying. We have picked up that mantle. We are doing it.
The
and now we've got the mantle. We got it. It's in good hands. And now the nice thing about it is we could potentially move into that role if we start paying attention to these things and not be afraid.
You hear that, DK Oldies? Coming for you, bitch.
Yeah, I'm ready, dude. I say we do it. I say we can keep looking. I mean, it's
gonna take Tony out of his book. He's a Brett Weissme. It's like wet rice and frogs are on the menu. I'm not trying to defend Pat, but I think a lot of us are aware of these things because of Pat. Some of us are. I'm not saying that Pat doesn't have a bigger reach than me, right? I'm not saying that at all. Obviously, Pat does. But if you listen to what he says, the way he says it comes off like nobody else is doing this. I'm leaving. I hope somebody does it because you're going to be lost without Pat. Like the world is going to like fall apart and it's going to crumble. These scammers are now going to flock in. There's no Pat. It's like if Batman retired, right? It's like now that Batman's gone, Gotham City's going to get fall to shit. You guys got to pick up the cowl and somebody's got to be the new Batman. It's like, no, Pat. We've been Nightwing and fucking Robin and Red Hood, and Hammock Man's been Batgirl this whole time.
Batgirl. Hey, Batgirl sucks.
What are you talking about? She's a hot redhead.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, they did make the movie. That's what I was talking about. The movie sucked.
Brendan Fraser says it's really good, apparently. He's really proud of it. And he's upset that they didn't move. And the actress came out and said that she thought it was really good too. That they're pushing back on the narrative that it was no good.
Release the cut.
Yeah. In DK Oldies' defense, cleaning consoles does suck. Yeah, that part. Okay, so not to really like get into the DK Oldies shit right now because people have been messaging me about DK Oldies since like the start of this controversy, and at the very beginning was, oh my god. Did you hear that this company called DK Oldies is charging a whole bunch of money for these games that aren't worth that money? I'm like, so shit. Like, okay, they're overcharging. like are they lying and then like double charging or something? Like, it's not a scam to set a price really high, right? If I go, hey, you want to watch this show? It's going to cost you $1,000. You're like, your show's not really worth $1,000. Like, well, then just don't pay it, right? He's like, oh, but there's people that are dumb. Like, yeah, there's dumb people exist, right? If they're too dumb to go, let me look on eBay to see if there's a different price for that, and they just buy the first thing that they see. There's no helping those people, right? They're just people with a lot of money and not a lot of brains. So,
yeah, I haven't really gotten into it too much. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot there. But
now the second part of it was, well, then suddenly the consoles were dirty, right? People were buying them, and the consoles were dirty.
Also, they weren't doing a good job. Now that's different.
And I go, okay, how dirty are the people making the claims trustworthy? Yeah, is it like 100%? Is it like 2% of the consoles? Like, how many consoles are they shipping out versus how many are coming out dirty, right? Like, I think that's a fair thing to say. Like, if they're doing like 10,000 orders a day and like one of them is dirty, I don't know if that's really a big deal.
There's no way they're doing 10,000.
I'm just saying. I was just giving numbers.
I hear you. I hear you.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, I need more than like 6 YouTubers made videos and they had dirty 6 out of how many, right? Like, how many other ones?
Yeah.
Like, how many YouTubers bought it thinking they were gonna get a dirty one and they didn't? And they didn't make a video on it, right? Because like, oh shit, mine was clean.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah. So I was like, we're getting closer to maybe something that I'm interested in, but we're still not really there yet. The latest thing is that DK Oldies is like killing the comments and like deleting comments, and apparently they got death threats. People are wanting to kill
death
DK
threats.
Oldies.
Oh my god!
So now I'm like, whoa, okay, now we're a little more interesting, right? Now it's getting a little spicy.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll have a DK Oldies discussion come Saturday. Maybe now. Now we're in the lane. This is interesting now.
Yeah, we can start looking into that stuff. We can start looking into some of that stuff. It'd be fun.
DK Oldies is getting hate because they said refurbished consoles, but clearly they ain't, and that's coming. Yes, it is, but again, like to me it's the equivalent. Like if I went to McDonald's and I got a 6-piece nugget and I got 5, right? I'm like, oh my god, I got 5 nuggets. Fucking McDonald's is a ripoff. And then you're like, yeah, but McDonald's makes like 50,000 6-piece nuggets. Like, there's eventually going to be a mistake, right? Like, eventually, somewhere. Like, I don't think DK Oldies is a one-man operation where you can go, yeah, Bill is he's not cleaning them, right? Like, if he's got like 15 employees, and like, oh, it turns out Tim over there, who's the new hire, like, told them that they cleaned it and they shipped it out. Like, well, fuck, they fucked up, right?
Well, maybe we need to do a little bit of research. Let's see how much business they're doing versus how many are dirty.
Now, the second part of that is, okay, so I get a dirty console, right? Did they contact DK Oldies like, hey, it's dirty, I need you got to do something for me?
Yeah, how did they reconcile it?
Yeah. They say, oh, we'll send it back in and we'll re-clean it or something, or there was no option, or you know what I mean? Like, if you just like made a video and that was the end of it, like, well, did you try to see if they would do something? Did you say, hey, DK Oldies, I opened this thing up, it was dirty. I don't want to make a video saying that you don't, I want to figure out something, right? Don't tell them. If you tell them about the video, then of course they're going to do like, whatever you want, we'll fucking go suck your dick, whatever, right? Just don't make a video about how bad we are. But, proper procedure, right? Like if I bought something from DK Oldies and I would film it, open it up, and then if it was dirty, right, I'd film it, show it's dirty, put the film to the side, call DK Oldies, say, hey, I bought a console, it's dirty, what can you do for me, right? And then at that point, they're like, hey, we can't do nothing for you. Then I would make an additional part to the video, right? Say, hey, after I filmed this, I then called DK Oldies, tried to see what could be worked out because it was dirty, and they told me to fuck off. And so now I'm including that in the video, and here it is. It's dirty, and obviously they told me to fuck off, right? That they didn't believe me. Now we're getting into like this is a scam versus, you know, what's a scam versus what's a mistake, right? Extra nuggy is nice. Jacob R has already covered all this for DQs. I don't know who Jacob R is, and just because somebody has covered something doesn't mean we can't cover it.
Yeah, kitty.
I think part of the problem is that instead of saying we fucked up, they say we clean everything. Well, they are going to say that. I mean, right? Like that's always going to be your first go-to. You're never going to say you fucked up. You're like, oh yeah, no, we clean everything. Shouldn't be dirty. It shouldn't be dirty, right? Because we clean everything. And then at that point, they're like, well, let me see what you got. Well, yeah, apparently that one was fucked up. Right? That's how the response should have gone. Like there should be some concession eventually. But the initial is it's never like just admit, because that's how you get scammed by someone who's like, yeah, fucking you sold me a dirty console. And you're like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. And they give you money. Like turns out, no, they didn't sell you a dirty console, right? So no. There's gotta be some back and forth, some give and take between the two parties. Man.
Yeah.
Is it a pattern? How many people were putting? I don't know. We're gonna get into that. Order some consoles. Jesus Christ, the channel's not that successful. I haven't got one super chat all day. And you guys want me to start ordering consoles from DK Oldies?
What's their cheapest option?
It's way more than I want to pay, but we'll look into it. Right? We're gonna look into it and we'll see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam says I don't fuck with they're expensive too. I don't fuck with DK Oldies simply because they're too expensive. DK Oldies could be Tony and Uno. I don't think anybody could. I didn't mention this yesterday, but I know how to shuffle. So, you know, if I needed to draw 4, I could shuffle it and make sure that I get a draw 4 in my hand.
Oh my God. Just completely fleecing these people and rigging the shit out of it.
Yeah. It's always you never take. I don't gamble. I don't know how many times I've said this, and I stand by this. I never gamble.
You just rig it.
So if I make a bet, I bet all the time. I just never gamble, because if I make a bet, I know that I'm going to win. Right? It's for business tax write-off. This is true. This is true. Crazy John T's onto something here. All right, let's get to the end of this video. We got like 2 minutes left. Should we save the 2 minutes for the next stream?
Try to milk the thank yous.
That would be a mug. Like it's not even a thank you to the people in the video now. It's just like, oh, we're gonna watch the Patreon thank yous.
And Mitch just leaves. The Patreons and YouTube members, thank you guys so much for sticking out with me whilst I work on this video. This has been the hardest video I've ever made, and I can't thank you guys enough for supporting the channel and allowing me to create videos like this. Just to let all you guys know as well, over the next week, possibly 2 weeks, I do need to give myself a tiny bit of a break, but over the next week or 2, you will see a massive update for all Patreons and YouTube members. I'm going to do a massive overhaul on both platforms, so keep an eye out for those. Yeah, again, thank you guys for your support. Now let's give a massive shout out to the following Patrons and YouTube members: Over Giles Zane, Sir Nilsson, Stephen, The Old Man Cometh, That Gamer, Derek Huda, Akatimo84, Shade Silence, John Rogers, Matt Jackson, Ian Qu.
Not a single one of these person is a member to the channel or even a subscriber. Just saying, but we're gonna watch it anyway.
Well, Arista, Dina81, Mind of the Unsane, Vike Echo, Benjamin Guy, Shadow Dragon, Chris Applin, Amelia Lau, Game Apologist, Gregory Arden, Solix Captor, Bran Perez, Todd Paul Float G, Clan Bob, Nicholas Bertner, Elf Daughter Craft, Richard, Alderjic, Abby Morris, Jeff Mianowski, Rovan Army, Tim Lunn, Antuan. Hope I'm saying that right. Apologies, mate. Blitz Hedgie, Gavin Gorvez, Boots and Pup, James Francisco Cortez, Cobo4747, Christopher DeVero, Roll VP, Ashley Phil,
and we lost
Man Child,
Man.
Matic, Man Shovel, Ryan Holtz,
His wife came and got him.
The Sneaky Ferret, King of Carrot Flower, Vitus Varnes, Aggro Crag, The Action Saxon, Mike Fallon, Aaron Gorman, Dina, Ryan Burford, Conrad Constantine, Andrew Dalton, Jabba Al Aiden, and Ray Blair. Again, guys, thank you so much. If anyone out there wants to support the show, get your name shown down there and ultimately support the show in creating videos like
back.
this.
What's up, Hammond, man? How's the break?
I've said it all already. But again, thank you so much. And thank you to my wife and family as well. I've been putting up with me whilst I work on this video. It's been hardcore since about October, November. I was starting to research this. Thought I'd get it over Christmas.
You paused like 18 times during the collab section alone.
It's here. It's finally done. And yes, my mother's very proud. So until next time, guys, it's DJ Slopes signing out. And hopefully I never speak about the Amico again. Bye-bye.
All right, there you go. We got through the entire video.
He's been speaking about it with us.
It only took us 6 times, 6 parts.
Can't get enough.
Hammock Man with the Irish goodbye. Just left. Special thanks to Julie Ehrman.
Fat belly accidentally hit the back out.
Now play it at 0.5 speed. I don't think so, Michael. So what were your thoughts? You seen the whole thing finally? What were your thoughts on the DJ Slopes?
It's great. It's great. It's good to have it all in the. I mean, although there's some things that were left out. It's a good record of this craziness for people to be able to come back to years from now. It's wrapped up in a nice, enjoyable, watchable package. So what
you're saying, you like his package?
Yeah,
it was a nice package.
Nice package, Slopes.
I also enjoyed the video. It was good. I'm not just saying this because there was a lot of me featured in the video, but I think it was overall it was a good video. I think it was well done, well paced. The only section, and again, it was the unboxing of the Gale gun stuff. So I think that could have maybe been tweaked a little.
But no, it was engaging. I mean, it never felt like it was just like preachy, like or just like not preachy, but just spilling all of these facts onto you. Like you can just be kind of overwhelming, like you're sitting in a classroom. But it kept me engaged.
All right, so we have 13 members on the channel, so we should probably shout them out because we appreciate these 13 people. We got Potion Sword Run, Haunted Wisp, Aston Vandal, Aaron World Order, Gen X Gamer, Amico Fairy, NES Girl, Blinded Braille, Joshua Perez, Tommy Amico, Jay Cuts, and Haywood Jablami. Apparently, Evil is no longer a member of the channel. Very disappointed. Evil had the longest streak going for a while. He's no longer a member.
His credit card probably got declined.
Ooh, you're saying he's poor?
No, I'm just messing around.
Unless there's more, and I'm not seeing it because. Let me see. Because this is only recent member activity. Let me see if there's maybe there's another panel here. I don't want to
leave anyone out.
I don't want to give any false information. In the words of our buddy, what the hell's his name? Let's see, fan funding. No. I was doing the Canadian Gamer when he did that stupid video. Remember? Doesn't say. There's like no list. Why is there no list? There's got to be somewhere. There's got to be a list of the fucking channel members. Really weird. If there wasn't. Let's see, membership. I've been a member for 0 days of my own channel. Let me see. No, it's got the join button. I don't want to join. I don't want to be a member on my own channel. I just want to see who the fucking members are. Where the hell would this be? Hammock Man? You're better at YouTube than I am.
Okay. I haven't uploaded a video to my channel in a while. If you guys haven't, go check out my video that's on the channel where I play the Little Mermaid. About 9 minutes, so it won't take long to watch. Give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, that was a really good video. I enjoyed. I'm not just saying this because you're a part of the channel. Lowell Gen X is still a member. He is, yeah.
So he is a friend of the channel.
I told you he was. You guys were the ones making it. I can't tell if Evil is Spanish or drunk. Why not both?
Or both.
He ran out of money, too much beer. Probably forgot. So don't forget, 9 minutes at stand-up. Yeah, he destroys the Little Mermaid. He speed runs that shit. I think he got the record. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being channel members. Thank you for allowing us to do this. Right, we wouldn't do this if it wasn't for you guys.
Oh hell no!
Right?
If we had everybody's been showing up. It's been good views and great commentary from you guys.
I'm just saying in general, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be a YouTuber. I wouldn't do YouTube videos or live streams. If I had nobody, if there was like 0 people or 1, I would just be like, I'd hang it up. I couldn't do it. So I appreciate you guys being here. You give me the motivation to keep going, make videos, make content. I know we've been a little light on videos, but we've fucking streamed almost every day. And I almost prefer streaming. I know we're past the Amico part, and this is all like extra shit. But
it's certainly easier to stream because you don't have to just sit down, strap in, and start talking. But I like doing some of the edited stuff too.
I don't really like editing. We all know that. And I'm wondering if maybe we should just do streams from now on. Like, hey, we're going to talk. Instead of making a video on DK Oldies, we'll just do a DK Oldies stream. Instead of making a video on whatever the, Atomic Hearts, is that the one? Like, we'll just make a fucking stream. We'll just stream on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do that. It's something to visit.
I mean, certainly would still do some edited content. But
I'm gonna do my stuff because I have to. I like doing it. So
I like doing it too, but not. Sometimes I'm like, man, it's just gonna be like me going, "Hey guys, by the way, Atomic Heart came out. People are pissed. Ukraine government wants to shut it down. I got nothing really to add to it, right?" But I'm like, if we do a stream, we could talk about it. We can talk about other things. It's not like like a video has to be on point,
precise,
right?
and
like we're not scalpels, right? Videos are scalpels, right? A video is a scalpel that you go in there and you're precision, and you cut open and you remove the fucking tumor. We're fucking sledgehammers. We're just like swinging around, knocking shit over, fucking having conversations left, into the ether.
What was that one? There was like a game that came out that was like open heart surgeon or something that was like
Surgeon Simulator.
Yes, the hands were really bad. You're knocking all this shit over and ripping the heart out.
Yeah, that's us.
That's exactly.
So I think sometimes it works better for us anyway, this format. Yeah, Atomic Hearts is getting hate because it's Russian. It's funding the Russian government or something like that.
So,
Hammerman been killing his last 2 edits. He did. They did fantastic. I was rolling like within 30 seconds of that video. I was fucking on the floor rolling.
Thank you.
Gaming racists as well as surgeons now. Wow. Yeah, we're all over the place. We're men of many skills, and I am loquacious to a fault. Right? I just love the sound of my own voice. Now that I've gotten used to YouTubing, live streaming, talking on video, I can't shut up. I love it. I love the sound of my own voice. I don't like listening to my voice, but I love hearing myself speak. So go figure. You were going to say something, Hammock?
Well, I was just thinking. I was going to say I like. I don't know. Maybe I'm vain, but I like the sound of my voice. I would actually like a lot of times. When I would do my videos, I'd go back and listen to them, like listening to myself. I think it helps you to go back and listen to what you're saying, because it kind of helps you think, oh, that didn't sound right there, or it helps give you practice. So I've like gone back and listened to my stuff.
Oh, if I go back and listen to my stuff, I'm like, man, I stuttered about 15 times. I said about 100.
Yeah, you can't be too hard on yourself.
I repeated myself. I made some cringy jokes, and I think I offended like at least 3 or 4 different groups of people.
Yeah, but that helps you to get better. You hear those things.
Better at offending them? Like, I'll be able to get my insults. Like,
better
precision.
at not reproducing the things that would make you cringe. Like, it's like, oh, then you think about it when you're talking.
Hammock Man in radio, we call that tape check. Also,
is that what it is?
That's what Crazy John T says. Also, streaming is better because we get the interaction. We get you guys say a thing, and then we get to respond to it and talk and expand. And maybe we forget some things, and you guys remind us.
Yeah.
So,
well, like how they pulled out all the stuff where I'm like, what happened in 2022, and we're both like, they come out with boom.
Yeah, like if you would have asked me day one, I was like, I knew all this shit. Like day 6,
when you're when you're on the stage like this, like your mind can literally go blank real easily. Like when you're trying to remember stuff like that on the spot, and when you're in the chat, you can think for a second, and be like, and type it in.
Adam Wilson says, I feel like you have to be loquacious to be a YouTuber in general. Yeah.
I think so.
Also, we shouldn't be using big words because Retro Bro says I'm boring. I don't know if he says you're boring, but he says I'm boring. And I told him that I would use smaller words to make it less boring for him. So,
you and Retro Bro have a love-hate relationship.
Potion Sword Run says, the reason I'm here is for the sexy voices. Well, thank you.
Oh, yeah. You got a good voice too, Potion.
You have a good cadence. Like you're the speed at which you talk and the flow. It's like real nice. Me, I'm all over the place. My voice goes up and down as far as volume. I stutter and I stop, and I'm just got this weird flow.
Oh, whatever.
I'm just saying, like, even when I'm trying to explain it, I'm like, I can't even explain it without like stopping and having this weird. Yeah, I don't know. I get like that sometimes. But gaming racists do need to stick together, and I am the leader of the gaming racists. Mm-hmm. I heard that, White Claw. No White Claw. No White Claw. Tomorrow, I might pull out the shot bottle and take $5 shots while playing some Hitman 3. So to be like Hitman 3 plus $5 shots, that might be the thing. Because I got to play Hitman 3 because I got the damn code. And I started playing it. I just haven't made a video because we've been doing this. And I'm sure that they're very, very happy with me.
I think you need to do $2 shots.
I don't want to sell myself short. You want me to be dead by the end of the stream? Or
$3 shots. $3 shots.
We did $5 last time. That went over pretty well.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I'm not good at that. Like when I was still drinking, I was really poor at drinking games because I'm always just drinking anyways. Even like if I were doing that, I'd be doing shots for free.
Shot. $5. Because I mean, I'm only gonna do like 12. How many shots do you want me to take? Do you want me to just pass out stream or what?
Yeah.
Pull an evil, like just playing Hitman. All of a sudden, you can hear a thump. What the fuck happened? Tony's dead. All right, we're winding down. I think that's it. We finished the video, so there's nothing to stop. You guys can go home now, everybody.
Thanks for coming out. It's been fun.
Again, thank you for coming out. I could sit here and talk about bullshit all day, but I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste any of my time. I don't waste any of your time. This outro has been going on for way too long. But again, thank you for coming here. Thank you for watching us. I'm going to put, don't hold me to it, but I'm going to put all 6 parts in a nice playlist so you can click on part 1 and just sit back and listen to, what do you say? We said 13 hours plus these 2.5, so like 15 hours of our sexy voices going over a 4-hour video.
Deep dive.
Deep dive. Deep cuts. And then we go off on a couple of tangents. I tell you some stories about me playing Uno. There's some other stories. I think we say some racist stuff in there. And there's probably some stuff about like trans people that we threw in there just for fun. Just for fun.
Oh, God.
I don't remember. There was some stuff. I know. But anyway, I am home. You're trespassing to the TV. There you go. Technically, you're right. All right, then. Love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.